Warning, warning, warning.
Get ready to rumble! Step into the war zone! 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 Step into the war zone!
What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas? Game 7.
Game 7. We got a second one, right? Yeah, there's no way it can live up to yesterday's villain.
No, you're absolutely right. But I don't know how many people thought we would be here. Sixers, Hawks, Game 7, Eastern Conference semis for a berth in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Milwaukee Bucks. Not many thought we'd be here. I did call it before the playoffs, but Tony Tucker, what do you got going into tonight, man? What is the key for the Sixers to grab a hold here and win this game?
So, in my prediction that I put out on YouTube, I picked the Atlanta Hawks, and it was because I don't think that Doc Rivers is going to make the adjustment necessary. And that adjustment is Maxey needs to play the bulk of the minutes at point guard. Like if he makes that adjustment and Tyrese Maxey gets the majority of the minutes, I think the Sixers could win.
Yeah, I wish the theme of this, we could just call it the other guys. You know what I mean? Because we know Trey Young's going to get his. We know Joel Embiid's going to get his. But are guys like, what are the Hawks going to do to shut down guys like Tobias Harris and Seth Curry? And Korkmaz, who we just saw miss there on a 3-point attempt. And then what are the Sixers going to do to slow down guys like Collins and Huerter and Bogdanovich? And that's the key for both teams tonight. Slow down the other guys.
Yeah, that was the other part of my prediction, was that I don't actually believe that Collins and Bogdanovich both of them will have bad games like they did last game. I think they both went for like 7 points apiece. Like, I don't see that happening in back-to-back games. I also think Trey Young really seems to like these kind of moments. Being heckled, being on the road, being in, somewhat of a undesirable environment. And
Right.
again, we're seeing the shooters
Ooh.
show up.
Kevin Huerter from deep, a couple feet behind the line there, 5-2 lead for the Hawks. And that's what I'm saying. These other guys are going to get these open shots. And as we see Tobias Harris put one off the back of the rim. I mean, that's what's going to have to happen. These other guys are going to get wide open shots and they got to knock them down.
Yeah, I really like the shooting ability of the Atlanta Hawks and just sort of playing with house money, because all of the pressure is on Doc Rivers. All of the pressure is on
Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
Exactly. Especially Ben Simmons. Like, if he's going to be playing, he's got to be a difference maker.
Ooh, Kevin Huerter is feeling it here. 2 for 2 early with 5 quick points.
I'm trying to figure out why my Trey Young stat line didn't pop into the chat here. What's going on?
What did you predict for Trey Young tonight, by the way?
I don't even remember. I made it up as I was typing it. I'm just going to do it again. Who cares if I have 2 of them?
By the way, HQ, welcome back tonight. Shout out HQ.
Yes, sir. He was fire in the chat last night.
I heard. And if you haven't noticed, the Warzone account is blowing up as we speak. We are 9 shy of 800 subs. Please share this, pump this out there. If we can break 800, maybe even 850 tonight, that is spectacular. And if you sub, please put your name down below. Me and Tony will try not to butcher it when we cheer it, but we will give you a special shout out.
I'm all for corrections when I butcher your name in the chat.
Absolutely. 34, 3, and 13. Well, not a good early start. Embiid, he's knocked down a couple of quick shots, but Trey Young is 0 for 2 on that patented floater he's got.
Yeah, but he's just, knocking off the little bit of, oh, what was that?
Oh my God. What was that? That's trying to show, that's seeing Joel. Ooh, good pick by Bogey. Clear path foul?
I don't know. Why don't they take 17 minutes and review it?
Right?
Let's see if we can't push this game into 8:30.
That is the one knock I have on the playoffs. They do take quite a bit of time reviewing quite a bit of things these days. But other than that, this has got to be one of the most entertaining and energetic playoffs that I've seen in a while. And, I understand the injury part of it, but also the pure basketball. If you are a fan of pure basketball, this has been a fun playoffs.
Yeah, no, I like that. I also think that since that sort of really weak ejection to the NBA MVP,
Jokic,
they've been a lot better. They've been a lot better about not jumping to conclusions and
of course
reviewing everyone.
Tony, you called this one. You called the review on this. Of course, we're reviewing it.
Yeah, no. Why wouldn't the NBA try to find a way to stuff more commercials, pad their pockets even more? Adam Silver's got to be like, hey, every chance we can get to get another commercial timeout, we could really use the money. Our organizations are only worth $1 billion a piece. We need to make sure we cram some more pocket money right into Steve Ballmer's ashtray of his Bentley.
Well, Adam Silver's already shaking in his boots because my prediction, Bucks Suns, is looking pretty good right now.
It is. The Suns just continue to look impressive.
You give credit where credit is due, sir.
I will. Devon Leavreau was absolutely outstanding today. First career triple-double in the postseason. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Wow. It wasn't so much the 40 points, man. It was his playmaking. And he was making all the right passes. As we see Collins brick a 3, that they cannot have that tonight. 7-6 here early, Atlanta lead. What's going on, 7?
How you guys doing? Happy Father's Day. Happy Sunday.
Yes. Thank you.
I forgot. All 3 of us are fathers.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Happy Father's Day, fellas.
For sure.
And if you are a dad, let us know in the comments below. We'll give you a special Happy Father's Day Warzone shout out.
Yeah, I like that.
So please, if you're a dad, we will celebrate you. This is your day. Let us know. We're all fathers here.
Fel K back too. He was
Welcome
great
back,
tonight.
Fel K.
Called me an idiot last night. It was much deserved. I'm sure I'll get it again tonight.
Hey, thank you for subbing. He said he subbed.
Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, the account is... Trey Young with a nice dish to Capella, and he flushes it down. 5-point early lead for the Hawks.
I think I know what Capella's problem is. He didn't... the little sunburnt thing that he does in his hair, it's not the same. It's not going as deep into the afro.
Did you see Jalen Rose got the Capella done himself?
No, I didn't.
Did you guys see the picture of Jalen Rose's new haircut? Look it up.
Joe
Morley.
Joe, can
Joe
we get a
Morley.
picture?
Yeah, if you can find Jalen Rose's new haircut, it was amazing.
So you're saying he's like Samson without the locks of the strength? He's not.
Exactly.
He's got a red stripe. He's got a red stripe down the side of his head, just like Capella.
The monster woke up. Speaking of fathers, I'll be back in a few minutes.
I
had a moment. I thought I had a moment. Tried to steal second base, and she caught me.
Benjamin Vlogs, what's going on? Welcome to the war zone.
What's up,
Trae Young 0 for 3 from the field here. Curry for 3, off the mark. Offensive rebound, Ben Simmons. Good pass.
Everybody's got a new 3 celebration where they're loading up their forearm. It's a lethal
You're so
weapon.
right. Benjamin Vlogs, what's going on? Welcome to the War Zone Game 7 coverage. Hawks Sixers tied at 11.
Oh, Herter is he's having
Wow.
himself a game.
He's feeling it. Remember, I said the other guys.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's Trey Young in the fourth quarter, right? He can be a little. I like that he's being aggressive. I don't want to see him settling for a bunch of threes, try and get to the rack, try and get some fouls. But as long as he's big time in the fourth quarter, like my guy Chris Middleton, oh, there it is, Nick Mack.
Yeah.
We got Jalen Rose on the screen. I don't know that looks
that is
photoshopped.
It's not photoshopped. That was on live TV, my friend.
Oh, I don't. Maybe it's like a filter. Maybe TikTok collaborated with the jump, and there's a new Rachel Nichols, Jalen Rose.
Bogdanovich off the mark, tied at 13, just under 6 to go in the first. What are you seeing here, Tony?
It looks really sloppy, if I'm being honest. I think
Yeah.
the only one who's been sharp out there is Herter. Trae Young missing floaters is
Embiid.
not typical. Embiid has been sloppy with the ball, but makes the nice turnaround shot.
He's got 8 early points here.
I'm actually cheering for the Sixers in my head and heart because I like Joel Embiid so much. But I picked the Hawks to win. Sorry.
Trae Young fouled on a 3.
Yeah, then that should have been the second one. He got clobbered by Embiid earlier. It was like one of those things where you turn the corner, you don't know your kid's there, and you just mauled him. That's what Embiid just ran over Young in the first 3
Fel
minutes.
K, you're poking the bear early tonight on the chat, huh?
If the Hawks win, title Trey
Better than Luka.
might be better than Luka.
I'm just going to say this. The Hawks have a considerably better team around Trae Young than the Mavericks had around Luka Doncic.
You keep that heat coming tonight.
You just pipe down. You pipe down over there, Mr. Devin Booker's overrated. All right.
Over Joe, I'm gonna need my Devin Booker meme if you can find it.
That is absolutely ridiculous. 40 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. You're missing another point on that one, by the way.
Joe, this is not the meme we discussed in our pre-production meeting. Don't be putting up positive Devin Booker stuff.
Bro, he was just, and it's not even about the over 40 points. I mean, the 40 points. It's not about the scoring. His playmaking ability and making his team better today was just him and Campaign. It wasn't just him. Campaign, DeAndre Ayton having another big game.
Joe, leave this list up. This is actually kind of interesting right here. You see this list, Nick?
Yep.
Because
I do.
I agree with everybody on this list.
Yep. I do too.
If I had to go 1 through 5 on this list, I would probably have Paul George up at the top and then DeAndre Ayton right behind him. And then what was left of Blake Griffin? I mean, the guy literally took a hiatus from jumping for 2 years and then came back and was blocking shots and throwing down on people. And he was almost the piece they needed to get through those injuries and get to the next round. If they could have survived the Bucks last night and gotten Harden healthy and Kyrie back, everything I said about the Nets would have came back to bite me.
Yeah, bring James Harden in here again. But no, I agree with you, Tony. Yeah, we got to discuss James Harden's choke job last night in yet another Game 7. However, hold on. I do agree with you. I think Booker and Paul George are always going to have that fan base and that group of people that hate on them no matter what. I think we're always going to see it for whatever reason, but no matter what happens, short of winning the title this year.
This guy's blowing up. I saw him doing cameos.
Oh my God. I saw them handing out t-shirts with his face on it, doing that, like cartoonized face on t-shirts saying Suns in 4.
Here's the crazy thing. We spend 2 weeks talking about fan assault, and then all of a sudden this guy is like now a favorite. Like he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Like this Suns in 4 guy is about to go on a run.
Dancing with the Stars.
Domestic violence. Like
oh my God. He looks like he's going to end up in like the wild hills of West Virginia. Not no
yeah, he might. I mean,
not no Dancing with the Stars, my friend. Maybe on Tiger King.
So he helps the reboot of Duck Dynasty, whatever it is. Whatever that mullet lands him, it will be well deserved.
Stop the show. We have congratulations in order. The Warzone Sports Network has hit 800 subscribers. Woo! Give yourselves a hand. That is huge. If we could blow up to 1,000 tonight, I will go absolutely crazy. So if you could do that and keep sharing this out, that would be insane. But if we could get to 850, let's make that the next goal. 850 is the next milestone. Let's get it. In case you haven't noticed, we've been blowing up a little bit today, Tony Tucker.
We have.
The Warzone Sports Network.
I was very excited and grateful for all the people who shared the TikTok posts, blowing them up. I'm always confused as to what has momentum on TikTok.
I got rid of my TikTok, so I haven't used TikTok in a long time. Quite a while.
Thank you, HQ.
Thank you, HQ. Thank you for being a supporter. Anyway, we got a 15-15 game here in Philly. We'll get back to our conversation in just a minute. Tobias Harris with a tough jumper from the sideline. 2-point lead for the Sixers. Yeah, Tony, I don't know how the algorithm works.
I don't either. But I'm glad it worked in our favor this afternoon. I was very excited to see that. Tobias Harris.
This is the Kevin Werner game.
It is. I mean, what happens to those two, like canceling each other out, though, like if they both have big games, and then you need stuff like that to fall for Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons missing a layup, as you say that. Highly contested layup, I will say.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
It was a tough
good
shot,
pass from Trae.
But he has to get stuff like that to go. Like that has to end up being the difference.
Do I think Blake Griffin was playing bad on purpose to get out of Detroit? Now, let me ask you a question in return. Wouldn't you play bad to get out of Detroit on purpose?
As somebody who spent some time in Detroit, you would do most anything to get out of Detroit. But
it's not even about the city of Detroit. I'm just talking about even like that aside, although that is a factor. But that aside, that team is going nowhere fast.
They have a good young nucleus, and with the right coach, I think they can, they're in the East. They could be a playoff team in 2 years. But
hey, the Hawks did it.
Yeah, and I think you get Cade Cunningham at the point guard there, and I like Sadiq Bey. I like the guy they got in the draft this year, and Killian Hayes. I want to say this about Blake Griffin, though. Imagine if you were there, why would you risk a major injury and not even get the opportunity to go play for a team like Brooklyn like he did this year? Or like this offseason, he'll probably end up landing with, another team and give them good veteran minutes, on a veteran minimum contract or whatever. So like, why even risk a major injury this late into your career when he's with Detroit. That's why he was just jacking up threes.
Well, I got to tell you what, man, whether it's Brooklyn or whether it's somebody else, I think he played himself into more money than any of us would have thought, or expected next season. Whoever brings him back, whether Brooklyn brings him back or whatever the case may be. Because remember, he was a buyout candidate and he was only signed the rest of the year.
I know.
So he's a free agent.
I disagree with that statement. And I think he's going more of the route that Dwight Howard went with the Lakers a couple of years ago, where it's like he could get more money from a bad team. I think he takes a veteran minimum to either stay with the Nets or go to a team that he thinks has a chance to win. Like maybe he thinks, maybe the Warriors make a couple of moves and they're bringing back Clay and Steph and whatever. And he's like, oh, hey, they brought in another guy. They got rid of Kelly Oubre. And they're
anyway, we got 2:50 left in the first quarter, a 2-point lead for the Hawks. But I want to address some of these comments here, Tony.
Yep.
Philly ain't going to win a title in the next 3 years. I'm with you, Felke. I am completely with you. Just saying. I don't believe it. I don't think Ben Simmons is a championship point guard, period, point blank.
Yeah, but I mean, what happens if, the narrative would change if Embiid could stay healthy and they got the point guard to match? Like, let's say that the Blazers are willing to take Ben Simmons and other, right? And Dame goes there. It's a different story next year.
It might be, but let me give you this. Did you watch the Clippers Suns game today? Did you watch game one?
I watched it like nothing I've ever hated.
I get that. I get that. But did you see, and I'm not even talking just because the Suns won or anything, did you see the level at which they were playing basketball today? And then have you seen the first quarter here?
Yeah,
do you see the difference between the West and the East?
Neither of these teams could play the Clippers or the Suns, right?
No.
When they were going to zone defenses, the passes in and out of the zone they were making to get easy buckets for Ayton was so nice. It's so nice to see good ball movement, even with a backup and Cameron Payne. And
I mean, the Suns know how to move without the ball, period. Whether it's in transition or whether it's in a stationary offense and somebody's driving, they know how to find the spots. And Devin Booker, Cam Payne, they were finding their open teammates all day long. And that's where most of Devin Booker's 10 assists came from, was driving and dishing. So
you admit they were cheap. I agree. Thank you.
They're not cheap. No, there are no cheap assists. Well, there are cheap assists. Hold on. But no, that's all about Devin Booker's playmaking ability.
It was good. For me, the one thing that I wanted to see, and I really do believe that Ty Lue is great at making in-game adjustments. We saw that in the Jazz series, like when he started to play that sort of lengthy lineup. I wanted to see them force the ball out a little bit sooner on Devin Booker. Don't let him get to his spot, and he gathers so nicely in the mid-range and can take those shots. Like I was talking to somebody else who loves and knows basketball, and he just went on a tirade. He's also a Lakers fan, went on a tirade about how they were guarding Devin Booker.
Yeah, I mean, that zone defense worked on the Jazz and the Mavericks, but the Suns are, when it comes to being a team, they're 10 times the team those two teams are.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And Devin Booker, I'm sorry, he's better than your boy playoff Donnie.
I disagree with that.
Donnie is just too predictable. He wants that step back three, whereas Devin Booker, he can hit that step back three, or he's the master of the mid-range himself, or he can take it to the rack.
He wants the step back three when he's got a bum ankle, but when the ankle wasn't banged up, he was going to the rack, getting whatever he wanted. Like Donovan Mitchell's game is more complete than Devin Booker's is.
Let me know in the comments. I want to know what people in the comments think about it. Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker?
Mid-range. Booker has the better mid-range. Mitchell's a better three-point shooter. They can both.
Phil K says this is the Bucks' last chance to win a title.
I agree with that.
It might be the last chance.
With this current roster, I agree.
Yeah, with this, I don't know. They just signed Drew Holiday to big money extension, and Giannis in the offseason.
Yes.
So
let's look at it from this standpoint.
Middleton might be gone though.
The Nets, good. I hope he puts on a Lakers jersey. The Nets they can't afford him, but let's look at it like this. The Nets are going to get an entire offseason to really build around those three. And let's just imagine that they could magically stay healthy, those three in the East. Then I also think that the Sixers could make moves like we talked about, moving off Ben Simmons and get better, right? The Hawks, with another offseason, all the experience they gather from this playoff run, they get better. This really was the Bucks had to seize this opportunity, because if they catch the Sixers, and we got Joel Embiid coming into this game, probably to play in a game 7, I was like, possibly. He better play unless the meniscus fully tore.
Ooh, big three. Big three for, I think that's Thibault that just hit that.
Looks like we got Thibault and Maxey in the game after the last time.
I love those two, Thibault and Maxey. Ooh, John Collins, strong move. He's having himself a nice little game as well. 21-20 here with 2 minutes left in the first.
Okay. See, this is what we need to see. Nick.
Aggressive Tobias Harris.
Yes.
Embiid coming back on the floor. He knows how big this game is. You're not going to see him, just like all the big stars, you're going to see them take 1 minute breaks, maybe 30 seconds of game action that they miss, and they're right back on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, that was the LeBron model for a while. That can no longer be his MO.
Right. Hey, one more hot take from the early game. I'm just saying this. All around center, DeAndre Ayton over Rudy Gobert.
Strong take.
When it comes to skill, both ends of the floor, I'm talking.
We don't even have to discuss this because
don't get Tony started. Don't get Tony started.
Are you guys kidding me? All this defensive talk. Did you guys see how many posters he ended up on? With
oh my God, man! And he's just an offensive liability as well.
Terrence Mann redecorated his childhood bedroom with him flushing on Rudy Gobert. It's just pictures of Terrence Mann teabagging the Eiffel Tower. Kidding me?
Ooh, Atlanta takes the lead back. Lemon Pepper Lou with a nice, sweet little mid-range jumper. Step back. We got a 23-22 game.
Oh, sweet Tobias.
Ooh, Tobias Harris feeling it. Don't let that man get in a rhythm. We've seen him do it before. Don't let that man get in a rhythm.
Yeah, he smoked the Lakers in the regular season this year.
I think whether or not the Hawks win depends on Trae off the mark. Win depends on whether or not the Bucks make it.
Oh,
if
look
the
at
76ers win,
bias in the chat from Felk and HQ.
Ooh.
Booker.
You think if it's Sixers Bucks, what do I know about rolling down in the deep end? Nothing.
I'm old. I do not get this reference.
It's a TikTok song.
Yeah, Mac and I.
Thank you, HQ.
I deleted mine.
Yeah, me too. Woohoo!
I couldn't do it.
It was just too much, man. Too toxic. Couldn't do it anymore.
I won't knock anyone for having one, but I think I'm at that age, man, where it's not for me.
Yeah, NBA TikTok is a shit show, and I am not ashamed to say that.
That's where I make the videos for Warzone and for whatever, but I don't actually engage with anybody. Like
Embiid misses both free throws here.
Again?
Philly up by 2. 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Trae has not been hitting his shots today whatsoever. But he gets fouled on a floater attempt. He's headed to the line. So what do you guys think about the rule? And I bring that up because it's 4 guys like Trey Young and James Harden, but they're going to address the
Did you see
players.
that?
Yeah.
He punched Maxey in the face.
But they're going to that's why I bring it up. They're going to address this next season. The rules committee is addressing players on the offensive end going out of their way during a jump shot to cause the foul.
So like the Reggie Miller rule with the extended leg?
Well, they're probably going to, You know what I mean? They're probably going to call it an offensive foul when you go out of your way to jump into somebody or fade into somebody.
Yeah, no, I'm with this rule. I think the rules
I love
committee
that.
needs to look at it. It's garbage the amount of free throws that James Harden and Trae Young get off of this.
He
And
made that
now
game nearly unwatchable last night. James Harden.
Yeah, that game was absolute fire. I could not stop watching. I didn't care how many times.
I meant at the beginning, it was just James Harden going to the free throw line.
Yes, but those have to be adjustments that'll be made to their games, and it'll be interesting to see how they do it. That's what I said. One of the reasons I came around on Trae Young was because he stopped taking so many threes, and it made this offense more fun and more efficient to watch when I wasn't watching Trae Young trying to put logos on and get on SportsCenter every night. Nate McMillan came up and was like, hey, there's a grown-up in the room, and I need you guys to start playing basketball. And the Hawks have been better ever since.
I agree. When Trae Young's not forcing it, the Hawks are a better team, period.
I caught a little bit of your guys' Blake Griffin talk. As a Mavericks fan, would you entertain that at all?
As long as we don't have to overpay.
Right.
Like, we got to be smart with our money. We got to be smart with who we bring in. We got to be smart with who we build around Luka. Oh my God, Embiid. Bully ball. I don't know if can you shed that contract? That contract is one of the worst contracts in basketball. I mean, if you could trade Kemba, you could trade Porzingis, in my opinion.
Right. Yep.
So somebody would go for it. Although Sam Presti over in OKC, God bless him.
Jeez.
God bless Sam Presti, man. That guy knows how to rebuild a franchise. Let me tell you.
Gosh, if he can just hit on his draft picks, but he's going to have plenty. Like, he's just flipping everybody.
Certified jumping in here.
Certified, welcome back. Certified gang is back in the building.
Who you got tonight? Who you got game 7, Sixers, Hawks? Blake Griffin to the Mavericks doesn't make any sense for either side. The Mavericks aren't close to winning a title, and Blake Griffin is going to cost them too much money to play for a team like that. He's got to go to one of these teams to me that are really close. He's either got to stay with Brooklyn. He's got to look at a team like Philly. I think he'll be like one of those last guys to really re-up with a team because you want to see what the rosters look like. You don't want to pick too soon and then end up on a team that's like, like what JJ Redick has done in the past, where it's like JJ Redick should really just be looking to get in anywhere where he can shoot. Who needs a shooter? Lakers. We'll raise our hands. Come on, JJ.
Lakers. Laker fans.
JJ want to play 6 minutes a game?
Mike said, "What's up, certified?" Come back in. I'm bringing the energy today. What's going on? Oh, yeah, Mike, it's me, Joe Marley, in the house. Tony Tucker, 7. What is going on, gentlemen? It's the end of the first quarter, 28-25 here. And I got the Hawks. Who should I root for today, Tony? Actually, because when I root for somebody, they win.
Oh, is that how it goes? Oh, man.
Well, I don't know, because I went for the Jazz the other day, and that didn't work out pretty well.
I was just going to say, you flip-flopped in that Jazz Clippers game 6 like 4 times.
Put it on the blanket.
What's the C on my hat stand for? Cool dude. That's what it stands for.
Are you a cool dad, Joe Morley? Dad, you're a fun dad. You're not like other dads.
Depends on the day that you're asking my kids, I guess.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you as well, and Tony Tucker.
Great. It's a great Father's
I like
Day.
how Joe asks us for photos and then completely ignores the photos that you send him and goes through your Instagram account and finds the worst photo of you.
Actually,
you were 245 at your worst.
Actually, that wasn't me.
This is the one I'm going to share to the world. Happy Father's Day.
That wasn't me, actually, to be honest with you.
Tony Tucker. Here you go.
You and Tony Tucker sent me pictures. I sent him to Mike. I said, Mike, can you make this for me? Because I'm out doing the stuff. And then all of a sudden, him and Isaac get together and they make the photo, and it comes back with totally different photos than I sent them. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
They
Joe,
used
Mike, and Isaac are like, they've got like photos, and they're like, that's the worst photo. That's the one we're gonna up. HQ, we need that one. We need that one.
HQ. Thank you, appreciate it. So they used a photo. I sent a Halloween photo with my kids where I was dressed as the Target employee who put his clothes in the bleach. They used the better one for me. 7. I got the better version. I couldn't find the Mario version to send him, so I sent him a different one. They actually picked the better one on my behalf.
So who's Hawks today? Right, they're the underdog.
They are the underdog. I picked the Hawks to win on our YouTube channel. Another foul on Max.
I'll be right back.
This isn't good. This is not good for the Sixers. That's the second weak foul call on Maxey.
Ooh, they said the C stands for crapping on the Nets. I'll crap on anybody.
I like
today.
That. Okay, that was a good joke.
Let's see.
That's what you did last night, dumping all over the Nets. Defecation.
Yeah, I'll be jumping on. You know what? It's tough because I like the 76ers. I like Joel Embiid, but I do like Trae Young has earned a lot of respect in this postseason.
You got to pick one, Joe. You know what they say: dump or get off the pot. Who you going with?
See, my wife's on here already.
Thank you.
She was talking to me though, Tony.
She wasn't. She's clearly already said Happy Father's Day to you enough.
There's only one way to this heart, and that's food, Tony.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke. I won't. Here we go.
So you're still a little bit ahead of me, right? Because I still have 28-27, the actual score that's on the screen that we're watching.
Yeah, no, that's the same score, but they're missing a lot of shots, so I don't know what time you're at on there.
Would you say that Trey Young is a top 3 point guard right now?
No. Who are my top 3 point guards? I still would rather have Dame. I'd still rather have Steph. I'd still rather have Luka.
So what does Trey Young have to do to crack your top 3?
No, here's the thing. Everybody's lists can't be so fluid. Like you have to do things. It's progression, like to go throughout. Like my list is not gonna.
If you saw Trey Young in somebody's top 3, would you argue with that top 3?
If they were looking for a debate, then sure. If they're just saying I'm a big Trey Young fan and this is just how I feel, then why argue with them?
Here's HQ's top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Kyrie. It depends on if you're saying James Harden is a point guard, and he's healthy. I'd rather have James Harden. He's top 10, top 7-ish or whatever. But with top 3, for me, it means like your team has a legit shot to win. Now I know you're saying, oh, you said Dame first, and he's out in the first or second round every year.
Yeah,
I don't like his team as much. And he's also in the Western Conference. Like, Trey beat the Knicks, who haven't been in the playoffs since Seinfeld was on the air. And then they're going to beat a Sixers team, which, yes, had the best record.
Sorry.
A point guard doesn't take 100 shots per game, Tony.
Oh, he likes the facilitator.
Is Felke old school, or is he like a young school with an old soul? Like Felke,
I feel like that was an old school comment. Like he's
because
probably about that Chris Paul facilitator Rondo life.
I'm the same way. I want a point guard who can score, but looks to get his teammates involved first. Like Isaiah Thomas is my favorite point guard of all time.
I was just about to bring him up. I was going to say, are we going even further back? Isaiah Thomas, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, John Stockton, those kind of guys, or what?
I always loved Gary Payton, man.
Yeah, that's my favorite point guard of all time, Gary Payton.
I mean, he's underrated. He doesn't get the love that he deserved. He was always a 2010 guy and probably the best defensive point guard of his generation.
Ever, actually, I would give him.
Yeah.
Kevin Johnson, you keep throwing that in. I gotta run.
He's the only point guard to ever win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Gary Payton. So, yeah, 7, you hit the nail on the head, man. Underrated. I don't really see a lot of other point guards being a leader of a team like those Seattle Supersonics and taking them to the finals like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You missed.
And
you
he
were
was.
gone.
Go ahead.
You missed the question that said, "Is Trey Young a top 3 point guard?" And then Joe added on to that. It's like, what would it take for him to be in that top 3 discussion?
I think if you were to pull off a championship,
You agree with this list right here?
Jerry West. No, Jerry West is not 4. Jerry West is not 4.
This is from Bleacher Report. I don't know.
That's insane. Bleacher Report is awful. I do agree with the top 3. But you need to get Jerry West.
We got top 3.
He says Steph over
3
Magic.
Pac. I like.
Would you put Steph over Magic?
No, I wouldn't put Steph over Magic. As far as greatness, no.
I don't know. Just something to think about, because he was asking about Trey Young possibly being in his top 3 point guards, and we were asking if he was in our top 3. Not yet. Tony was like, no, not yet.
No,
but we were
not
saying,
yet.
what can he do to get there? You know what I mean?
Right.
Again, man, I think I'd still take Steph, Dame, Kyrie. Obviously, Kyrie when healthy. Obviously, I think I'm still taking Luka over Trey.
Would you take Kyrie over Trey, given like that he never got Cleveland over that hump, and Boston always did better without him? I feel like that's like the line for me.
Yeah, I think I would still, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's so skilled.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got to build the right team around him, right? Though, right? Like, are you saying would I rather have Trey on the Nets or Kyrie on the Nets?
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like, or would I rather have Kyrie on the Hawks or Trey on the Hawks? Because that's a different story.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it all depends on the team you build around him. But I see your point too.
Yeah. I mean, Cavs were brutal for a while once LeBron went to Miami.
Awful.
But
I also think Kyrie checked. But wasn't Kyrie was traded before? Oh, you mean after he was drafted before LeBron came back?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were terrible. But that was his first 3 years in the league with arguably the worst franchise in sports at the time.
Right.
Yeah. Phil, that's not my list. I found that list earlier. This one, it's from SSP. I'm not sure who they are, but that's not our list. It's just something that we found today that we thought we'd share with you guys. Start conversation.
I do agree with all 5 of those, though.
But he's saying that you should put Kyrie on that list.
You know, Aiden really came alive. You know, him and Bagley, kind of more Bagley so than Aiden, got all that bad publicity for being taken before Luka and Trey. But he's showing up a lot and showing the potential that he showed in Arizona.
Did you see the difference? Oh, nice 3-point play by George Hill. He makes an impact like seconds into the game every single time. But I'm sorry, I was distracted. My fault. What were you saying, 7? That's my.
No, I was just saying Aiden's really coming into his own. What is this, year 3, year 4, and not buying into that media hype of you know, being the guy who was taken before Luka and before Trey Young.
Do you see the difference in play between Ayton and Gobert, like back-to-back series that the Clippers have played, and how much it pays off to have a skilled big that is skilled on both ends of the floor and not just one?
76 is going to get upset, Mac? Huh? 76 is going to get knocked out?
I picked the Hawks, so I got to stay with my pick here, but both teams are not looking sharp right now.
Fell says that 76ers start to suck later in the game, so if they start to get down in the second quarter, come the second half, they're done, right? According to Fell.
It doesn't bode well because Trey Young shot pretty below average that first quarter, and they were only down 2. That's not a good sign for Philly.
No, I mean, I don't know what to say about this series. I almost picked the Hawks before this series started as a joke, but I thought they were going to ride that momentum wave, and they have. And like they are fearless. The Atlanta Hawks are absolutely fearless. They do not care about what's in front of them, what deficit they're facing, how much time's left in the game. They don't care about any of that because they've proven it time and time again, coming back from 26 down at one point during this series.
I'm impressed with Ayton's postseason play. Surprised me of how great he's been for Phoenix, but too bad they're going to lose to the Paper Clips.
Ooh.
Listen, don't you bring out that Brian Bolster Paper Clips jazz over here. Ooh, Trey Young drills a 3. Hawks up by 5 with 8 minutes to go here in the second. No, if you go back to the first episode of Into the Crosshairs, I think now, this week will be the 10th or 11th episode already. But the first ever episode, I picked the Bucks and the Suns to go to the finals. And I stuck with it this entire time. And I'm still going to stick with it. That's been my pick. But I say DeAndre Ayton is going to be the key for them. How does he step up on both ends of the floor?
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, this man, on both ends of the floor has been, I don't think anybody could have projected it would have been this good, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
it's still
he's shocking a lot of us.
It's still a point guard in the shooters league, but it's nice to see the big men get love and kind of flourish. I feel like we got away from that from the 90s to now with the MVP. You got probably MVP runner-up in Embiid, and then Aiden is kind of slowly getting back to the big men.
You're seeing big men step. You're right, man. I mean, it's the first center in 21 years to win the MVP. Yeah. So it was definitely a historic season. Ben Simmons with an easy bucket. I believe those are Ben Simmons' first points of the night.
Oof. Ben Simmons!
If I'm not mistaken.
Money. He's going to be the best free agent on the market, right?
He's a trade chip, but for what? I don't know.
He's going to go to China and ball out. Seth is on the ground. Do you guys see that?
Yep. 2 points for Ben Simmons. He has only taken 2 shots in this game.
HQ, thanks for coming back along with Fel. You guys made our show yesterday. It's great to see people coming back and forth. I love it. Sorry to cut you off there, Nick Mack.
No problem. Ben Simmons has only taken 2 shots with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Think about that. He's supposed to be one of the main guys on this team. He's supposed to step up as a leader, and he simply just hasn't done that. He has no offensive game.
How's he not stepping up? Ben Simmons, step up already.
He's had years. The time has passed. If they blow this game 7, or even if they lose in the conference finals, if they advance past tonight, mark my words, Ben Simmons will not be a Philadelphia 76er next year. There's not a chance.
What can you get for him, Mac? Talk to us.
They had a chance to get James Harden for him, but they didn't want to give up Tyrese Maxey or Matisse Thybulle because those guys are the future. I think you can hand over the keys to those two right now over Ben Simmons. In my opinion, I think those two definitely have a bright future in the league. What can you get for Ben Simmons now? I don't know. Who's going to want to deal with that money? Remember, he's a max player,
right?
That is not an offensive threat in the biggest games on the biggest stage.
Yeah, that's true. His value has dropped a lot,
and he can't hit a free throw.
Well, that's everybody in this playoff hasn't hit a free throw.
You're right. Giannis is the same way, but Giannis is putting up 40-point games.
Giannis couldn't even hit the damn rim yesterday.
He still put up a 40, 13-5 game in a game 7 and played damn near every minute. I cannot knock Giannis for his. I mean, they won.
Yeah. He did what he had to do.
With his 2 main guys, what did Drew Holiday shoot? 5 for 23, I believe.
Yeah, that's true.
Although they stepped up clutch. Him and Middleton both stepped up clutch down the stretch.
How nasty is KD?
Oh, man, he's insane, dude. I love watching KD play. I know he's going to get all the heat, bro. But, that man he's top 3 scorer of all time.
Yep.
Let's talk about it.
His efficiency, he was out here because I'm a Warrior fan. He was out here for what, 3 seasons, man. He just makes it look so effortless. I mean, the height, the range, he can do it all. He can create off the dribble, catch and shoot, inside, outside. He comes through when you need him. I mean, yeah, he's efficient.
No, you're right. His efficiency was crazy. And actually, that was another point I wanted to make about DeAndre Ayton. His efficiency is insane. And that's a huge reason why. Like, why the Suns have been successful.
Yeah.
But you're right. KD, efficient, tried to put the team on his back. I mean, you can't account for James Harden shooting what? He was just completely awful last night. No offensive game last night.
He's a regular season MVP and disappears. I mean, even if you go back to Oklahoma when he was a young guy in the league, he was 6th man for OKC. Just disappeared in that series when they lost to Miami.
Right.
Were you expecting more out of Maxey tonight? That's what I got. I got to ask that question. Were we expecting more out of Maxey?
Yeah. I'm expecting more out of the entire Sixers right now.
He's played 8 minutes. Hasn't got nothing. He has nothing. He has 1 rebound. I think that's it.
I mean, Seth Curry's got 2 points.
So I don't know. I did more because we expected Ben Simmons to not come out and play. Tony Tucker said that Doc was going to play Simmons over Maxey because he didn't think that he had the balls to take him out. And they're back in the same thing, right?
Yeah. I think we were calling the game the other night, me and Tony Tucker, when we're both screaming at the TV, saying, look how much better Philadelphia is performing with Ben Simmons off the floor and with Tyrese Maxey running point. And it was true because they were playing Hack-a-Simmons and he couldn't hit a free throw to save his life.
Because as of right now, the only people that showed up, right? The only 76ers that showed up is probably Harris and Embiid, right? Those are the only 2 that have showed up today.
Embiid always shows up. So, yeah. And Harris, you're right. He's poured in 9 points in 15 minutes. They're going to even need him to be even more aggressive, though, if these other guys don't start hitting their shots.
Like, all the crap that we've been talking about Ben Simmons, he's probably the 3rd best player on the court for the 76ers tonight. That's how bad they're playing as a team right now.
Still got it within single digits.
Yeah, you still got a chance. But like Phil was telling us earlier in the chat, when the 76ers get to the second half, they're not a good team.
Hey, Joe, how many people we got in here right now?
I think we're over 12 right now.
All right, if you're in this chat right now, this is special Father's Day coverage of Game 7. All 3 of us are dads right here. So happy Father's Day to you. If you are a dad, let us know and we will give you a shout out. If you're a new subscriber and we haven't done it yet, let us know and we will chant your name like a bunch of fools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, we will.
And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and share it, retweet it, put it in your Instagram story, whatever. Let's go. Let's get to 850 subscribers. We have already hit 800 tonight. So let's hit 850. And if you can, let's hit 1,000. Screw it. Shoot for the moon.
Yeah. Shoot for the moon. Mac Daddy, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
HQ is a son. Well, tell your dad happy Father's Day. Hope you did something great for him. Trey Young. We've been talking about him all this. This is Game 7. This is the biggest game of his career, right?
Yep.
He's 1 for 8 field goals. 1 for 3 for three-point land. He's getting most of his points
good pass.
From the free throw line. Can Trey Young start to wake up? He needs to wake up, right?
Can he start to wake up? Yeah, I think we've seen him do it before. So, I mean, look how disrespectful they're being to Ben Simmons. They're leaving him wide open from the from the free throw line in play, from elbow to elbow inside the paint. They're leaving this guy open. Go ahead, take the mid-range jumper. You don't have it in you.
You wouldn't leave him open?
I would. Straight disrespect. But you're right. Trey Young needs to step it up here. And if he doesn't, the Hawks are in trouble. These other guys can't carry him the entire game. At least I don't think so.
If Bucks get Clay healthy for Eric and Chris, that's
1 for 9.
going to be super good for the probably won't happen. So you think Bucks going to get Clay healthy for Eric and Chris?
What's going on? This is my little one. You want to say what's up? No.
Hi, little one.
Run, gentlemen. I will try to come back maybe close to the fourth quarter. I'm gonna feed the little one and get something to eat.
You're all good. Right, have a good one.
Happy Father's Day, my man.
Bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye. So I want to go back to that comment from HQ. What did he say? Oh, I'm sorry, Fel K.
If Bucks get Clay healthy for Eric and Chris, that's going to be super good, but that probably won't happen.
Eric who? He's not talking about Eric Bledsoe, I hope, because that Eric Bledsoe does not play for them. Oh, yeah, but Eric Bledsoe doesn't play for the Bucks anymore.
Yeah.
Who's he talking about, Eric? I know he's talking about Chris Middleton, but
reword that just a little bit. Help us out.
Yeah, is he talking about Drew Holiday? Because I don't think they do that.
Holiday. You can't say Drew Holiday without singing the song, Matt. Come on. You can't come on here and say Holiday without us going, Holiday.
That's fine, Joe Morley. I'll leave the singing to you, my man.
He said it. He said it's all right. He messed up then.
That's all right. That's all right. Eric Bledsoe.
That's what we're here for.
He ended up on the Pelicans. Buried somewhere on the bench.
38-38, guys. 4 minutes and 41 seconds left in this second quarter.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Come on.
Trae Young doing push-ups on the court, getting ripped out like Tony Tucker.
He got ran over like a truck. He got hit like a truck, my man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard ran him over like a linebacker running over a running back. No good.
I always think that Dwight Howard's done playing, and then he just pops up on some random team. And I'm like, oh, he's still in the league?
You know, I obviously knew he won a title with the Lakers last year, but I forgot he ended up on Philly. Just a crazy coincidence that we see him again.
Phil's going with the low-scoring game today.
Playoffs?
Phil said it's going to be Hawks 86-79 today.
Well, I mean, 86 right now on the pace they're on is looking pretty good. You know, it's 40-38 here with 4.5 left in the second quarter. Seth Curry gets a good bounce on a floater, 40 all with just over 4 minutes left.
Do you think we need to say goodbye to the Splash Brothers because of Steph leaving for the Lakers?
No, I really don't think you're going to see that. Trae is off the mark, 1 for 10 from the field in the first half here. If anybody had over 35 for
HQ,
for
please be right. Curry to the Lake Show. Tony Tucker would love Steph Curry on the Lakers, and he would go nuts.
Joe Morley, what's my number one rule?
I don't have number one rule. What is it?
We can't talk about the Lakers. They're not in the playoffs.
Oh, good. I'd hate the Lakers anyway.
I know. I'm just giving a little shout out.
Y'all hear that? No Lakers talk tonight because Lakers suck. They got bounced just like the Nets did last night.
Ooh, John Collins. They need to be feeding John Collins more. The Hawks. They need to recognize that John Collins, has been hitting all of his mid-range jumpers. He's feeling it tonight. Him and Kevin Huerter have been the offense right now. Trae Young needs to draw the defense to him and hit those two for their open shots.
Because Clippers run L.A. now, right? Did you see that Tyronn Lue came out and said, if you're a Laker fan, you should be rooting for the Clippers because it's part of L.A. Now that who does that crap?
Could you imagine if Tom Thibodeau said, oh, now that we're out, we're rooting for the Nets? You know how Knicks fans would react? They'd call for his job. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Ty Lue.
Lakers left in the same round as the Celtics. Yep, because they suck. When you suck, you exit in the first round.
I'm not a Celtics fan. They left in the same.
HQ is a Celtics fan, if I remember from last night.
They also left in the same round as the Mavericks, and I am a Mavericks fan.
Wait, what am I hearing? The first thing I get on here and hear is the Lakers suck. Yes, you heard that correct. Lakers,
Piggy.
Miami Dolphins, all of them.
Come
Put
on,
them all
man.
in the same pot. They suck.
Piggy, man, come on. You know Joe's getting wild.
No Laker fan rooting for the Clippers.
No real Laker fan is rooting for the Clippers. You're right.
Well, I've been saying this for the last couple of nights, and Tony's been on here with me. Yeah, HQ is a Celtics fan.
Oh, Curry.
There is no fans of any of these teams left. If you want to be honest about it,
you know, who is it? I think the Bucks are the only team that has ever won a title. The Bucks and the Sixers. I'm sorry.
But
I don't have any of these teams left.
You already know where the title's going this year. I kind of that I'm watching this game, I kind of want to root for the Hawks to face the Suns in the NBA Finals.
The NBA would have a fit.
Give a damn about the NBA.
I'm just saying. Adam
I
Silver
care
would
what
be on
I
suicide watch. Ooh, Curry off the front of the rim. 140 left, 2-point game. Atlanta up by 2. This is going to turn out to be a legendary game. You guys better stay with us in the second half.
I wouldn't have minded them running through Booker's triple-double today. I was Booker's first triple-double. I've had many of those over my lifetime.
Always. I've dropped like 32 triple-doubles my senior year at Caltech.
Oh, you're talking about basketball. Oh,
yeah.
We're on two different pages right there. Project Dribble. Weren't they laughing at them for losing to the Nuggets? The Nuggets? 1K subs.
Are you serious? Did we hit 1,000?
I don't know. That's what I doubt it.
Are you serious?
Oh, he's saying let's do it. No, we're not at 1,000.
We hit 800 today.
In and Out. That's what we're not sponsored by In and Out, but hey, if you love In and Out and you're from California or wherever In and Out's at, go get yourself a double-double because it's basketball season.
Ooh. Oh, see, I've never had In-N-Out burger, man. I'm from the East Coast and then I moved to Canada.
Really? Never had In-N-Out?
Nope.
All right. When you make it down to LA, we'll hook you up.
HQ, I'll stop watching basketball, man. Warriors and Cavs in the finals next year. Again, I'm out. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I love parity in the NBA. Yes, I'm a Mavericks fan. I would love to see them win every year, but I love parity in the NBA. So I like seeing playoffs like this, where it's teams battling it out, grinding for championships. All the big guns have been knocked off. Well, everybody's proving somebody wrong right now. I love this year's NBA playoffs. So when it was Warriors-Cavs, I hated that because we knew it was going to be Warriors-Cavs every year. It's going to be Steph LeBron, KD LeBron, every single year. It was the most boring time for basketball.
Look, I was asked before the beginning of the season, if anybody watches our channel of Friday Night Wars, they said who could take on the Lakers, who could be the next surprise team. I said the Phoenix Suns. At that time, the Phoenix Suns had a 3% chance at winning the NBA Finals. It's up to 48% now, something like that I just showed you guys. The Phoenix Suns are doing it. So you know what? Next year, I want to see the Bobcats. Or what? Are they still the Bobcats or the Hornets, right?
They're the Hornets now.
In my mind, they're always going to be the Bobcats.
Shout out Gerald Wallace, Raymond Felton, Bobcats. Dame better get out.
I hope so. John Collins going to be a beast in a year or two.
Uh-oh.
But Boston almost beat the Cavs.
Embiid is down, grabbing his knee gingerly, walking gingerly. Not a good sign for the Sixers. Collins and Embiid get tangled up again. Embiid is grabbing his right leg. You can see his knee twisted quite a bit. He's headed to the free throw line right now, but not good. I'm saying this. I would love to see Dame end up in Denver.
Project Dribble says he's heading to the East. I think he's going to New York.
That could be a possibility. I heard the Knicks are looking at one of two things. They're looking at Lonzo, and they're looking at Dennis Schroeder.
Knicks don't deserve a player like Dame, but Dame deserves a spotlight like New York.
A market like New York, you're right.
Does that kind of make sense?
Absolutely.
The Knicks suck. They don't deserve crap. They don't deserve to win anything. What's the big deal about Madison Square Garden, to be honest with you? Burn that place down too.
HQ, you're a Celtics fan. Let me ask you this. Would you give up Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and maybe a pick or 2 picks for Dame?
HQ, let us know. For some reason, my state is obsessed with funks.
Would you trade Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and a couple picks for Dame? As a Celtics fan.
Trey Young, come on. We're about to be at halftime, guys. Let us know who you guys are taking. You know what sucks?
1-point game, 30 seconds left in the first half. Stay with us for the second half. We're going to bring the energy, the electricity, as always.
Hey, Mac, you know what sucks?
What sucks?
A vacuum. Oh, got him.
Dad jokes for Father's Day?
I guess that's a leg slapper right there, huh? Or what do they call leg slapper, knee slapper? I don't know. Dame rapping in 6 with Drake.
Oh. That's actually an interesting take, Tony. Maybe one more first-round pick, not much more. So Jaylen, Marcus Smart, and a first-rounder. You would take it?
Luke, it's going, or how's it going? Who's
Mike,
Luke, to be honest with you, Mike?
Mike, type the numbers 1, 2, 3 if you need help. Are you having a stroke? Who's Luke?
If you guys are here for Mike, say what's up.
How's it going, Mike? Mike, the channel's taking off, brother. Let's keep sharing this out.
My guy Joe Skirto. I know this is baseball, but I could talk about it for a second. My guy Joe Skirto of the Warzone Sports Network just tweeted out because the Arizona Diamondbacks have lost again to the Dodgers. And he said, the Arizona Diamondbacks have lost not 1, not 2, not 3, but 17 straight road games. Actually, they weren't on the road today, so I don't know why he tweeted that out, but okay.
That's terrible. But Joe Skirto should be excited because a man he has been covering down in Durham. If you don't know Joe Skirto, from Sports Force every Wednesday night, he covers the Durham Bulls, the minor league affiliate of the Rays down in North Carolina. And Wander Franco, the top prospect in the Rays system that plays down in Durham, just got called up to the Rays today. So I know Joe should be excited about that as well.
I told my friend to sub, but he just said hi and dipped.
That's well, cool. Damn. He could have gotten a shout out. Another chant, a name chant.
Kevin is here. Great. Another reminder of my life's biggest failure, the flag game. Mike, stop bringing up flag football because nobody gives a damn. You're 25 years old playing flag football. Your career's done, Mike.
You trying to tell me that your biggest failure wasn't last week's loss to Joe Morley on Friday Night Wars? Come on.
Exactly. Guys, we are at halftime right now. 48-46. The last 2 games that we've watched, the last 2 nights, the team with the lead at halftime has lost. The Jazz did it. They had a 22-point lead, lost. Last night, the Nets had it. They had a 6-point lead, lost. Hawks have it tonight. Or are they going to lose? I'm 23. We aren't all mad. Oh, you could have fooled me that you're 23 years old. Wow. Looking like an old man, Mike. Looking like an old man.
Making me feel old, Mike. I'm not even going to tell everybody how old I am. Actually, if you watch my show, you'd already know. I'm 32. I don't care.
If you guys are watching, go ahead and comment. Hey, comments are free. You could chat us up, guys. We'll bring you on this. We'll bring your comment on the screen. Got beat by a lot of 30-year-olds. They won't lose because you said it. Oh, yeah. That's right, Phil. I'm going for the Hawks tonight, and they're not going to lose. HQ is 14. I remember when I was 14. I was getting all the babes.
So we got a halftime. Halftime 48-46 Atlanta. I think what both teams need to do. Are you retired yet, guys? No. That's
great joke, Mike. Great joke. Mike, teams, you have the internet at your fingertips. You could just Google good jokes and it'd be funny, right? Just Google a joke and we'll put it on here. Don't try to make something up. Comments are free. I've been chatting all night and haven't paid a dime. That's
See?
right, HQ.
You can watch the game and chat with us. What's better than that? Nothing. But anyway, for the Atlanta Hawks, they have to feel pretty good being up by 2 with Trae Young shooting 1 for 10 from the field. So, again, you might be saying that guys like Curry and Simmons and Maxey haven't been performing it, and they haven't. They have 4 points between the 3 of those players.
Yes.
Or maybe 7 points between the 3 of those players. But the other guys for Atlanta have stepped up. The Kevin Huerters, the John Collinses, they are keeping Atlanta. They're the reason the Atlanta's in the lead right now. The other guys.
So you're saying Atlanta, all the players on Atlanta are keeping it. Woo! Is that what it is?
Yes.
I don't know. I just felt like singing right there. Probably just got a lot of people to turn off the YouTube channel. I'm like, this guy trying to sing like he's somebody. Hey, I am what I am. I love to sing. If you guys put a song in there, I'll sing it for you if I know it.
I don't know if you guys caught it pregame, but they dumped ping pong balls all over the cast of NBA on TNT, and for some reason everybody thought it was funny. But I don't know why.
It's one of those Mike jokes. Mike's probably laughing about that one. Trey, Drew Holiday shooting terrible in Game 7. Oh, I guess it's a hand. Is that a handshake? I don't know.
That's a handshake.
Why did the golfer bring 2 pairs of pants? In case he got a hole in one. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh. All my jokes are R-rated. I can't tell any of them.
Get off the juice.
Joe, are you using sticky stuff on your pitches on Friday Night Wars? Is that what you're doing? 10-game suspension.
Drew made some big shots down the stretch.
He's absolutely correct. And I pointed that out in the pregame tonight as well with him on the mic. He knows. Tony Tucker knows.
It stands for Mike can't cut it. Mike can't cut it. That's what the C stands for.
Joe, that starts with an M.
Well, it starts for can't cut it, but it's short for Mike.
All right.
That was from Google. See, Mike, Fell's teaching you stuff. Fell is actually better on here teaching you stuff, Mike. It is what it is. Trey Young, 9 points tonight. Joel Embiid, 15 points. Tobias Harris, 10 points. And your boy Ben Simmons with the big 2-pointers.
Absolutely. And the Atlanta Hawks are shooting 39% from the field and 31% from 3, while the Sixers are shooting 42% from the field and 29% from 3, 4 for 14. The story of the game right now is turnovers. The Sixers with 10 turnovers, the Hawks only with 4. And like I said, the other guys like Kevin Huerter, John Collins capitalizing on those turnovers, turning them into transition buckets.
Why would you say that, Mike?
But John Collins has been great.
Warzone Sports over anybody else? Yeah, take it. Thank you, HQ. Certified is back. What's up, Certified? I don't know, Nick. You're more of a basketball fan than I am. You're big. You got your own show on basketball and all that stuff. I expected more. I expected more from a Game 7. This game right here, maybe because we got spoiled the last 2 nights with the comeback of the Clippers, and then last night with that overtime game, maybe we just got spoiled and we expected more. But this game right here is a little like snooze fest.
The first halves of a lot of games can be, you want the build up to keep going because we only have a 2-point game here. And you're right. It's kind of got a lesser energy level than the last 2 elimination games that we've, live streamed. But I got to tell you, this game is gearing up to come down to the wire. It's going to get exciting because I think both these teams are going to be battling it out to establish a rhythm in the second half. Neither one of them established a rhythm in the first half, so they're desperately going to be trying to do that coming out of the gates in the second half. And, it's all about who gets that rhythm going.
So Tony said, I thought CJ lowered his trade value. Tell you saw Ben Simmons disappear in this series.
That's a name you have to watch. That's a name you have to watch is CJ McCollum.
I don't know about the stream delay. I know some of us are above and beyond other people. How's Ben doing from the foul line so far? He's 0 for 0.
He's taken 2 shots the entire game, Mike. He's 1 of 2 from the field. And he made a wide open dunk.
Astros run again. Beast team. And we're not talking about cheaters. We don't talk about cheaters on this program, Kevin. Astro fans can't let it go, right?
Right after you mentioned the cheating. Anyway, 2-point game here. If Trey Young doesn't find his shot the rest of this night, they're going to have to win this game with his playmaking. And can he be the playmaker? Everybody questions his playmaking. They want to talk all they want about their scoring, but they question, can he elevate his teammates in the biggest moments? We shall see.
Yeah. It's kind of like me. I elevate my teammates, right?
Yes, Joe, you elevate me all the time, my friend. You elevate me all the time, my friend. We have a special guest coming on into the crosshairs this week. I might as well announce it. Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
That. We have Ryan Vernell from The Ryan Show hopping on this week. Lifelong Clippers fan. Lifelong Clippers fan. Going to get his reaction, what he thinks is going to happen in the Western Conference Finals. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, Ryan coming on. Hey, promote your show a little bit. Tell everybody about it.
Ryan Show is a nationally syndicated FM radio show broadcasting on over 300 stations worldwide. I'm talking from New York to Nigeria. They got stations. Hosted by Ryan Vernell, Hamptons Dave, and hip-hop legend Mr. Cheeks. We got a lot of great guests coming up. One I can announce, former Major League pitcher Matt Garza will be joining us in the coming weeks. So I'm looking forward to that, talking about the all-new cannabis company that he has launched. So that should be an interesting interview. But we do everything. Celebrities, wrestlers, professional football players, basketball players, baseball players, you name it. We got a special event that we're going to be doing this summer with Greg Vaughn, the former major leaguer. So a lot of great stuff going on. Giveaways. Go check us out on Instagram at The Ryan Show.
I don't know if you guys can hear the music in the background. That's RC Productions. He does all the music and
shout
beats for but yeah, a little shout out for it. But we'll play that a little bit during halftime. But it is halftime.
Yeah, it is. We're having. Thank you for letting me plug The Ryan Show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all good, and I hope everybody tunes in on Tuesday night because we know you're gonna go on some rants. Tony Tucker just put some names in the
I see him
in the chat. If you guys see him, if you guys saw him, Billy Crystal, Clipper Darrell, Frankie Muniz, Cousin Drew, and now Ryan. Clipper fans are really growing.
I will say this: I've known Ryan my entire life. I went to elementary and high school with him. He's been a fan since the Elton Brand days and before. So he's really been a lifelong Clippers fan. He was rocking with Sam Cassell and Caron Butler and Darius Miles.
Oh, Darius Miles.
And Quentin Richardson.
I remember Darius Miles in a couple movies, too.
I had a Darius Miles Cavaliers jersey. I don't know why. Right. Durant, I believe, also averages more playoff points per game now than LeBron as well.
See, I know Mike always brings it up about LeBron James and how his stats are all this. He's first in all these categories. Yes, you should be first in all these categories if you play more games than anybody else. If you play more postseason games than anybody in history, you should be first in all those categories.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But it goes to show you that, listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. MJ's the GOAT. I'm willing to debate it with anybody. I'm willing to debate it with anybody. I come with an army of context and facts.
There you go.
Loy Vaught. Oh, my God, Loy Vaught. I don't even know who that is. Yeah, he'd probably go off about Chris Kaman. He loves Chris Kaman, too. Who doesn't love Chris Kaman? The caveman, Chris Kaman.
HQ hitting us with a football question. I'll take that right now. Do you think Joe Burrow will die again in this upcoming season? I hope not. I like Joe Burrow. I like what he's doing. I hope not.
Hey, I can answer
Joe, if
football
the
questions
Clippers
too.
beat the Sun, apologize. Will not. Phil, didn't we have this talk last night? I don't apologize. You apologized to me last night. So go ahead and hop on the Joe bandwagon. No, hop on my train. Woo, woo, and ride the Suns to victory because the Suns are winning the series. They're winning. Not only are they sweep the Clippers, right? Sweep them. Get the brooms out. I don't know if your mom has extra brooms that you can borrow. Get one of those. Go sweep the house. Practice it because Suns in 4, right? They're going to knock those Clippers out. Then they're going to go and win the finals. The Suns are going to be the NBA champions this year, and I'm not apologizing for crap.
Listen, Joe Morley's been on that train all season long and even before the season. So, I mean, I got to give it up to him. For again, my show is about 10 or 11 episodes long. I've been saying since before I even aired my first episode, Bucks Suns finals, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, Suns had a great first game. Booker came out and balled out. He had it. We have a great guest coming on right now. One of my favorite guys. Justin Marvell.
Woo, Justin Marvell, welcome to the War Zone.
I've never gotten an introduction quite like that, so thanks, Joe. Great to be on, Matt. What's up, guys?
What's up, my friend? Justin, first of all, before we talk about the Suns a little bit, because we got a halftime, what are you seeing from the first half here? 2-point game, Hawks up by 2 on the Sixers here, game 7. Trey Young just 1 of 10 from the field, yet they still lead by 2. They have to feel pretty good about that.
I was about to say, if you're getting 1 of 10 for Trey Young and up 2 against the favorite 76ers on the road, then yeah, you have to feel good about your chances. I'm sure by now, Matt, you've heard me constantly say I'm not a fan of young teams winning, especially closing out a game 7 on the road. But as you correctly said, getting just 1 of 10 from Trey Young in the first half and still up by 2, you can't expect that to continue in the second half. I really believe that Philly's going to have to be better than this because Atlanta has to be feeling themselves right now.
Just the other guys, John Collins with 10, Kevin Huerter with 12. The other guys really stepping up for the Hawks. Now, it's a different story over on Philly because I think you have 7 points combined between Maxey, Simmons, and Curry.
You see, the thing is, right, before the series started, I had Philly to win this in 5, thinking, again, as we saw this week or last week, they had 3 all-NBA defenders, Ben Simmons, Thibault, and Joel Embiid, right? So I figured that would be enough, their playoff experience. Yet, I honestly thought this series should not be close. And to be fair to them, giving up back-to-back big leads in games 5 and game 6, the series really should be done in 5 as it games 4 or 5 or 5 and 6, whichever. Yeah, 4 and 5. So this series should have been done in 5. But I just did not think too hard about their offensive limitations. And I guess we're going to get to that shortly because they are offensively limited when they have Ben Simmons. Let's go no further. Let's talk about this, Matt.
Ben Simmons
is a problem offensively for this team. And I have supported Ben Simmons for so long. But the reality
you support the wrong players. I've known you for a while, and there's a lot of people you back, and you support the wrong players. You just admitted on YouTube. You just admitted that you were a Ben Simmons supporter. Justin.
Boy. So here's
nice knowing you, Justin.
Here's the thing. When I saw Ben Simmons finally play in his second season, his rookie season per se, right? I thought this could be a poor man's LeBron James. 6'10" point guard. Elite passer, great rebounder, extremely elite defender. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
There you go, Justin.
You saw
Tobias Harris. It's a 3. Sixers up by 1.
Yeah,
this is Ben Simmons after the game, Justin. I don't know if you can see the screen.
No, I can't. I can see it. No.
Hey, he has 2 points.
And I figured, with time, those offensive limitations, he's going to improve his jump shot, or at least he's going to have the confidence to start taking it. And it just got worse and worse. And I'm like, gosh, this man is making me like an idiot.
He doesn't even attack the basket. This was a good enough point just now. He had a wide open lane. It was a 2-on-1. He had a wide open lane, and he chooses to pull the ball back out
because
instead of attack the basket.
He doesn't even want to get fouled. No, that's the problem. Like, so the one thing you should be good at attacking the basket, you are
mentally checked out.
You're afraid of getting fouled now, so you're not even looking at the rim because you know you're that terrible of a free throw shooter. I don't mind a player having flaws, but Ben Simmons is way too flawed offensively for this to work. And when Daryl Morey got here, I understood the reason why he wanted to trade for Ben Simmons. For James Harden so badly. And it looks bad for Philadelphia that they did not make that trade because this is not a hot take. This Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid pairing cannot work any longer. You have to break this up.
Right. As Ben Simmons picks up an offensive foul on his first drive to the basket all game. He picks up, John Collins picks up the offensive foul.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. I'm a second or two behind you.
Yeah, Mac Daddy has the brick. Look at that.
Kevin Huerter and one with a chance to tie up the game. He has been stepping up huge for Atlanta tonight. Wow.
The only reason that Ben Simmons justifies his players on the court is because of how elite defensively he is. Or imagine if he was just an average defender. We wouldn't be talking about Ben Simmons and the problems because he'd be done gone already. But
whoa, that is a wild comment. Ben Simmons is the next Pascal Siakam. I would take Siakam over Simmons. I'm not even kidding. In a heartbeat at this point, seeing how offensively limited Ben Simmons is.
I'll say this right, Matt. 2 seasons ago, when they first made that playoff run, right, and Joel Embiid was hurt, and it was just Ben Simmons with a bunch of shooters, I had faith in that, right? And I said, if I was Houston, I would have made that trade for him because you can have him as your best player, space the floor with a bunch of shooters, and you probably would get the best of Ben Simmons, right? But having a situation where he's not your best player, you have a player in Joel Embiid who needs to be around the paint or the low block, commands that attention there. Yeah, it's not. This pairing is just not going to work.
Right, and Embiid just picked up another foul, and he twists that right knee again. He came down awkwardly on that right knee again. He is bent over, seemingly in some pain again. It's only a matter of time before this is no good. Do you think he has to have surgery to repair that in the offseason?
He has surgery. He needs surgery to repair everything, Matt.
Is this Andrew Bynum 2.0 right here?
He is way better than Andrew Bynum ever was. The minute he touched the floor in the NBA. Greg Oden. No.
Can you trust this man to be on the floor? That's the problem.
No. Tobias Harris with a great move. 1 point lead for Philly here. Both teams coming out strong, both ends of the floor.
You know, if LeBron would have went to the ground like Embiid did, he'd still be down there.
Now, real quick, Justin, I just want to say, and I think you're in agreement, we got to rub this in Tony Tucker's face a little bit. Devin Booker today, and it wasn't just about the scoring, man. This man's playmaking was out of this world today.
And I keep telling people, there's no doubt about the impact that Chris Paul has had on the roster, right? But to, overlook the impact or the development of Devin Booker is just such an insult. This dude is a complete superstar. And
Superstar.
To have him as an injury placement,
superstar. That is what you are.
In All-Star games is an embarrassment.
Another one of the things on here.
I'm gonna put it to you now, and you want a hot take now?
Give us that damn hot take. Just spit it out, Justin. Hot take alert. Hot take alert. Listen up, everybody, because Justin's coming with a hot take alert.
I'm gonna get flat for this. I take Devin Booker over Jason Tatum.
Whoa! Wow! That is
Booker
big.
Over Tatum. Put it on the. We gotta put that on the board. Put it on the board.
Every single day, I take Devin Booker over Jason Tatum, and the reason why is because Jason Tatum, for a great offensive player, is is not a playmaker.
3 from Embiid.
Jason Tatum does not make anyone around him better. Like, no one.
Wow, that is huge. I think Jason Tatum's a better scorer.
He is.
I think Booker's the better playmaker for sure.
No doubt. We saw that today.
And he's the better defender.
Are you agreeing with Justin?
It's close. It's closer than people would think.
Like,
it's closer than people would think.
Like, I love Jason Tatum as a two-way player. He rebounds well for his position. But we saw when Kemba Walker was out for a significant amount of time, when Marcus Smart was out, Jason Tatum cannot lift the play of players around him because he's not a playmaker. And today,
Capella.
Justin, I'm supposed to tell you that we are live on the air and your microphone is on. So all that crap that you're speaking, they're supposed to tell you that, hey, Tony Tucker wants to know what the hell you're talking about.
Because, again, we've fallen into this mob mentality where we just want to talk about scoring. But ask yourself this, right? Without their point guards, when Kemba Walker was down, when Marcus Smart was out, look at Jason Tatum's playmaking numbers. Look at his assist numbers. Now, with CP3 out today, look at what Devin Booker did. When it was needed for him to run the point, Devin Booker dropped a 40-point triple-double. Is Jason Tatum doing that? And the answer is no.
Justin, they want to know who you got winning the finals.
Okay, I'm sorry. I sat
Tony Tucker's in on this.
I can't handle this. People, Devin Booker has been winning for about 15 minutes. Like, this is all new stuff. So I get that everybody wants to show him all of this love. Jason Tatum has played in the Eastern Conference Finals as like a baby. He didn't even have facial hair the first time he was there. He dropped 50 with his second best player as Marcus Smart against a fully healthy Nets team. Jason Tatum can do all of the things that you're talking about.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can.
No, he cannot. I've watched Jason Tatum. First thing first, I can tell you this, Tony, because I'm a Duke fan. So I saw Jason Tatum from Duke till now. And here you said it, the Eastern Conference Finals. Jason Tatum is not good enough to take a team to the conference finals in the West. Like, we saw this season. Like, Jason Tatum, when he was the lone healthy player, or he and Jaylen Brown, could not lift the players around him. Jason Tatum is not that dude. Jason Tatum is a scorer, full stop.
Okay, so he got his first triple-double today, and everybody's now talking about what a great facilitator and passer and how he elevates teammates, right? This is the first team that he's played on that I will say has good talent around him. They bring in veterans. Jay Crowder is a good veteran to have. CP3 has been instrumental to how the team runs. We can agree on that. If CP3
and Devin Booker's
doesn't
and
play,
his development too.
Yes, if CP3 does not play the rest of the playoffs, you think Devin Booker's going to win the finals right now as is?
No, because reality is Milwaukee is going to meet them in the finals, and without Chris Paul, I do not see them beating Milwaukee, right? But I'm going to tell you, so I think Matt asked me just now, if CP3 returns, and he probably should sometime this week, I have Phoenix to win this title.
Okay. So, all right. I just want everybody to say the same thing when Kawhi, if he can come back and play, and the Clippers find a way, and trust me, I do not want the Clippers winning or being in finals or whatever. We're still going to have the same love for Devin Booker if they end up getting trounced by the Clippers.
Well, Kawhi's not coming back. At some stage, the Clippers are going to have to tell the world the truth that Kawhi is done for these playoffs.
But we're showing Devin Booker a lot of love, and I tweeted this today, by the way. We need to start giving Paul George a little more love too. The slander's got to stop, and it's not just about today. It's not just about what he did against the Jazz. The entire playoffs, this man has been killing it, and he's back in the conference finals.
He also brought some of this on himself. Whenever you give yourself a nickname,
of course,
you then have to live up to it. So, I do feel bad for Paul George because it sucks. He's become the butt of a joke, and he is a great basketball player. But if you give yourself a nickname and you call yourself Playoff P, and then you basically just pee all over the series against the Denver Nuggets, then you don't get to dodge the criticism from fanatics, from a fan.
No, but I think he's earned quite a bit of that back, being down 0-2 twice.
It's like
and being instrumental to both comebacks.
Me and my friends have this joke.
Whoa, that is absurd. That is absurd. That is the most absurd thing I've ever seen. Get that off the screen.
My friends have this running joke that Tyronn Lue does not care about game 1 or game 2 of any series. It's like, who cares? Game 1 and game 2. The series doesn't start until game 3. Like these 2 last series, 3 because he dropped game 1 today, and then go back to 2016 when the Cavs win. It's like Tyronn Lue, he just wakes up at game 3 because there's no way that Rajon Rondo should have been playing today. Like absolutely no reason.
There was a lot of fatigue. You could tell the fatigue was there. Terrence Mann did not see the court nearly as much as he should have if they were really trying. It's not that they weren't trying to win that game. You know what I mean? But if he was 100%, he would have been out there more.
So I'm glad y'all also brought up Paul George, huh? And as you correctly said, Matt, like they have to give his respect now because he's had an amazing playoffs. But I have a bit of a bias towards players like him, right? And I'll go a roundabout way of explaining myself, huh? So we had a litany of MVP candidates this year, huh? And start from top and go to bottom. And I'll show you my reasoning just shortly. Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Steph Curry, LeBron James, James Harden, Chris Paul. I want to see I'm missing Luka Doncic. Dame
I was
Lillard.
gonna say, yo, Kevin Huerter is feeling it right now, man.
He really is. I'm surprised for a young player on the stage. The 7 names I just called, Matt. What's the one thing all 7 of those players have in common? This is one thing.
They all made the playoffs.
All 7 of those players I just called are natural to elite playmakers.
I'm sorry,
7.
Steph didn't make the playoffs. My bad. Yeah, you're right. All are elite playmakers.
All are elite playmakers. And that's why I don't elevate players like Jason Tatum or Paul George to that status. Because if it's the one thing that's going to separate you from the pack, your ability to pass to make normal role players better and lift their abilities around you. We've seen that all over with James Harden, with LeBron James, Steph Curry. That's what makes them so great. And that's why I'm not a huge fan of Paul George.
I'm sorry, we're laughing about Kevin Huerter, man. Dude is going off with another and one.
I am telling you, like, Philadelphia has to be afraid here because at some point Trey Young is going to get this going.
Yeah, this is crazy. Just give the ball to Kevin Huerter and get out of the way.
I mean, Steph Curry's too small. Like, I swear he can score on Steph Curry. So I'm like,
no, Justin, I see what you're saying with the conversation we were just having. Tony, any more thoughts? I know you came in here like a bat out of hell. So, and you've been quiet since, so I'm a little worried about you over there.
You can't. He's already got his mind made up, and it's because of we've watched Devin Booker now play really great for about a month, and everybody wants to be rushed to the table and give him love, and that's fine. He really is great. But Jason Tatum's been doing it since he entered the league. The guy is a killer. And I just went and looked up Devin Booker's. He's got 4.6 assists a game. So if we could slow down on his ability to facilitate, I don't know. I might not have such a.
What, in the playoffs? In the playoffs or in the regular season or for his career? 4.6. What are we talking about?
That's his career.
Whatever, it just 4.6.
That's his career.
That's his career. Look at the last 2 seasons now.
So I dare you, since you said 4.6 assists is his career, I dare you to look at Jason Tatum's career assist numbers. I dare you.
I'm on it, Coach.
I'm curious too.
I know it, so I'm just waiting for Tony to find it.
That's 4.6 for his career, yes. And this season it was actually 4.3.
Yep, and that's with Chris Paul, an elite point guard next year, huh?
But when Chris Paul wasn't there, he was averaging 6.5 and 6.8.
Okay, so keep coming, Tony. Please tell the guests here.
Jason Tatum, 2.7.
2.7. Tony, for a lead player on a perennial playoff contender, that is piss poor. Piss poor.
It's gone up every year that he's been in the league.
2.7 is your career assist average as a leading scorer on a perennial playoff contender. That is why I don't rate Jason Tatum as highly as everyone else.
He's a better scorer. He's a better scorer than Booker, especially at times.
No argument there. No argument there. But again, we saw it.
Not a better playmaker. I'm not talking about just facilitating, Tony. Assists isn't the whole story.
Right. And when Boston needed that, when Kemba was out, when Marcus Smart missed basically 3/4 of the season, we don't need your scoring. We need you to lift the other players and make them better.
To be fair, I still would take Tatum over Booker. I'm not siding with Justin on the argument, but it's a lot closer than people would think.
I'm not taking him. I've seen these guys before. I've seen these score-first guys who can only make your team. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is not me ripping ripping Tatum apart, because the man is a very good scorer and he is a very good defender at the other end. Yeah. But yeah, the game, basketball has gone past just putting the ball in the basket. Like, you gotta be able to help other people put the ball in the basket too.
Ooh, offensive foul on Philly. Sorry, we got a game 7 going on here. 1 point game. 76ers up by 1 with 3:50 left in the third. Gentlemen, this is going to come down to the wire, and who's going to hit the bigger shots? Who's going to step up in the bigger moments? Is Trey Young going to snap out of this?
Yep. I have to believe it. I have to believe the playoffs. All this playoff run has told me that Trey Young is made for this moment. So I have to believe. If you have to ask me who is going to make the shot, I'm going to go
Dwight Howard with a huge block.
So I didn't ask y'all guys. I'll start you, Tony. Who do you have winning this game?
I took the Hawks 108-103.
Ooh. You might.
I took the Hawks in the series, so I picked the Hawks.
Whoa. Before the series start, you took Atlanta?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
They presented a lot of problems to Philly, and it turns out I was right, but not fully right yet.
Wow.
But they did present a lot of problems. I've been saying Bucks Suns for 2.5 months. No one freaking believes me. Sorry. I mean,
that's not true. I believe you.
That's true. I was on your show. That's right.
Yep. I believe you, Bucks Suns.
Bucks Suns have been saying it for 2.5 months. What a pass from Trae Young. John Collins getting to the foul line, but what a dime from nearly half court by Trae Young. One-handed.
Again, that ability to make players better. Sorry, Taylor.
It is uncanny because we could talk about being an elite scorer.
Justin, are you talking about Jason Tatum, the point guard, right? Oh, that's right. He's not a point guard, so it's not his job to pass the ball.
Okay, hold on. Is Nikola Jokic a point guard? It's not his job to pass the ball. Neither is it.
They run the offense through him.
They run the offense through Jason Tatum.
But they don't run it. They don't run it the same way they run it through. They run ISO through Tatum. They don't run like a stand at the top of the key and pass the ball. And he's never been put in a situation to pass the ball.
And that I'm glad you brought that up because you're correct. Boston's problem before all the injuries, Tony, is that all of their players are isolation scorers. And that is a problem. None of them have the skill set to facilitate. None of them have the skill set to connect the dots. And so we just have a series of isolation scorers, and your best player is just an isolation scorer. That is a problem in today's NBA. And that said,
and that's the difference when E'Twaun Moore, when Monty Williams finally figured out that E'Twaun Moore wasn't worth a damn being on the court today, besides to give Campaign a rest. And when Campaign was in foul trouble, Devin Booker took over as the point guard today.
Yep.
He has that ability. And that does separate him from a lot of other 2s and 3s in the league.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it is nice to have this. I mean, it is good to have various skill sets. And make no mistake, I'm not telling
Official review. What are they reviewing here, Tony? Did we miss this? Or is this might be a flagrant on Dwight Howard here?
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to review for flagrant.
on John Collins here. He did draw the foul for 2 shots, but will there be an extra one for the flagrant now?
I didn't see the replay. I was trying to digest Justin's argument. It's
and before we go, Tony,
crazy.
right? Or before I go, Tony, this is not me now loving Devin Booker. As Matt will tell you, I am a huge Phoenix Suns fan. On my show, you will see me in the Phoenix Suns jersey. So this is not me seeing Devin Booker now for the first time. Like everyone else, like, oh my God, look at Devin Booker. No, I've seen this kid from the time he came out of Kentucky to the league, so I know what this kid can and cannot do.
They did call it technical. Technical or flagrant? Looks like a flagrant.
Flagrant one.
2 shots in the ball.
Yep.
Must be a flagrant one.
So quick question then, Tony. Give me your reasons why you would take Tatum over Booker. Just
I'm going to interrupt with commentary on the game here, folks. 1 point game with 3 minutes left in the third. Atlanta up by 1 with the ball.
Gallinari going old school.
Wow. Gallinari with a tough finish. 3-point lead for Atlanta. 2:40 left in the third. I think Tony Tucker's like a half second ahead of me. But, Tony, you can go ahead and address Justin's question.
I would take Jason Tatum because I've watched every year he's gotten better. He's played great in big games. He's already got a ton of playoff experience.
Let that go.
His ability every year, he comes back and adds things to his game. He's getting a little bit better in the post. The 3-point shot could still use a little bit to be desired. And his ability to become a playmaker has improved and will improve.
No, I have a thing about that. Like, you're either a passer or you're not. There are certain skills you can improve, and you can become a better passer, an improved passer. But I've always felt passing is one of those things. You either have a natural feel for it or you don't.
And Booker has that natural feel.
Again, you said it yourself. He has a career assist average of 4.7. Again, which is like, for a score first player, that's pretty decent. And as Matt pointed out, the years prior to Chris Paul coming, those were above 5. So yeah,
above 6, 6.5, and 6.8.
And the mere fact that Monty Williams trusted him to run the point guard tells you that he is a natural playmaker. Jason Tatum can't do that.
Okay.
But I won't hold it against you for liking, scoring over a well-rounded person. And everyone comes to see someone put the ball in the basket. No one wants to see that extra pass. Who cares about that, right? That doesn't win basketball games.
I like that. Okay.
I like the backwards shot at Tony.
We're arguing over, yes, exactly. Like he's trying to diminish it.
He's
like,
being nice about it.
He's like, I'm not bad-mouthing Tatum, but everything I say is saying that he's not good or will never win.
No. Hold on. Because when comparing two players, it's natural for somebody in an argument to point out pros and cons. It's what we do. That is not saying that this guy is a bad player. We're not saying Jason Tatum is a bad player, but it's closer than you would think between him and Devin Booker.
If you told me today I had to take Jason Tatum, I'm not going to argue. Like, Jason Tatum is a damn good player. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But
superstar.
Yeah, you can say that word comfortably about Jason Tatum. This is an ascending superstar. Like, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about this. And Tony, you're correct. He has played in for a guy who has not played in NBA Finals, he has played in the biggest, most high leverage moments there are as a kid. Like, this guy has been essentially living in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, I am not going to disrespect the player that is Jason Tatum.
Right. Okay.
I will leave you to it because I'm sure Joe wants to hop back in, but I guess I will jump back in at some point.
Justin, always a good pleasure talking to you, my friend. Guys, this is our friend Justin Barville from This Just In. Go check him out. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. He's the man. Justin, thank you for popping in.
Thanks, guys. And love Devin Booker, Tony. I'm not going to put you wrong.
More Devin Booker love. Appreciate you, Justin.
I'm definitely in a bad spot with Devin Booker because of what he did to the Lakers, right? And on my end of the argument is not that Devin Booker is that the disparity between the two is there.
Hey, look at the graphic they're putting up. It's like they're listening to me, Tony. It says the others, just like I said at the beginning of the damn show. Everybody listening, you know it. I said should be called the others, the other guys. Woo! Love it.
And
right.
they all are putting up buckets, and Gallinari's now about to join them in the double-digit club.
It's unbelievable. These other guys, it's all about supporting casts. When it comes to the playoffs, if you notice it, run after run, we've seen it with the Clippers, with the Hawks, with the Bucks. It's the other guys, man, other than the stars. Good finish. Good finish. I believe that was Thibault again.
Yeah.
He's going to be a young star in this league, already having a better offensive game than Ben Simmons.
This Hawks team is good, and they're going to get back Hunter.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really solid team next year, depending on what they do.
Dude, Gallinari again off the mark, but John Collins, what hustle. Oh, good hustle by Thibault as well, though.
You just notice the energy.
Ooh.
Like, whenever I look up, the great things that are happening seem to always be happening for the Sixers when Simmons isn't on the floor.
Yeah, and Thibault, it provides that burst of energy. I don't see how Doc doesn't see it. Put Maxey and Thibault in. Ben Simmons needs to go to the end of the bench. Period.
Well, I would even be comfortable, like, if you're going to play small and Embiid's off the floor. That was a bad pass.
Nice steal from Lemon Pepper Lou. Can he finish with the dunk? And now it is a 5-point lead with 35 seconds left for Atlanta in the third quarter. Tony, things coming undone right here. Tobias for three, in and out. Things coming undone here for the Sixers.
And I haven't even seen Bogdanovich much. Like, I don't remember him being on the court at all tonight.
Yeah, 85-79. I don't know if they're only going to score 11 and 10 points in the... Oh, with a teardrop floater from Trae. Don't let him get going. 7-point lead with 10 seconds left in the third. Felke predicted a 85-79 finish as the score. I think we're going to surpass that, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my comments thing is broken. I don't know how to fix it. Who is this?
I mean, this supporting cast for Atlanta, again, they're playing with house money like we said at the beginning of the show and like we've been saying for the last how many games, Tony? They're playing with house money. All the pressure's on Philly. The process is officially dead if they lose this game tonight, folks. Period, point blank. The process is officially dead. Bury it 10 feet under. Forever.
That's the problem with naming anything a process, because you should be in a constant state of evolution. Whoever you are, human beings, teams, organizations.
But all the products of that process will be done.
But
besides
but
Embiid.
They were saying that the process was like at some point going to be finished. It's never going to be finished. You just have to now like reevaluate to it. Or reevaluate what you're playing with. And to me, I would be banking on getting a couple more years out of Joel Embiid's knees, trying to get him to play about 60 to 65 games in the regular season. And I would try and bring in an upper echelon point guard that can take some shots in the fourth quarter, basically. Like back-to-back games, he had no shots in the fourth quarter from a guy that you're giving max money to. That just can't be the case.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Ben Simmons, I think, still with 2 points tonight. I mean,
even when he tried to get aggressive, he ends up drawing the foul.
Yep. Tobias Harris only was 7. He's got 17 and 9 on 5 of 16 shooting.
Yeah, DK just jumped in here and said they need a point guard, which is funny because they have a bunch of money invested in the very position. It's just like, so that is the issue. It's like you now need to flip that out for a guy that can.
DK, goo up. What's going on? Welcome.
Yeah, you need that Devin Booker type facilitator. You need that guy that can get you 4.5 assists a game.
Well, listen. If I'm Daryl Morey, if I'm Doc Rivers, and I'm looking at the product we put out on the court for these playoffs, and we end up losing this game 7 to the Hawks, and their first thought is, what can we get for Ben Simmons? Because Tyrese Maxey, you should probably move forward with him as your point guard, unless you can get something else in the trade market, right?
Well, so in the video before, I said that I didn't pick the Sixers because I didn't trust Doc to make the move to Maxey and leave him on the floor and just let him play. The energy is better when Maxey's out there, when Thibel's out there.
Yep.
Like you just kind of got to you have at some point to have a feel for the game and realize watching like, oh, everybody just plays better. The flow is better. The energy is better when certain guys are on. And there's also like, after a while, like as a teammate, you start looking around and it's like, oh shit, this guy's got the ball. What if he ends up at the free throw line? Your energy and focus needs to be on what you're doing, not worrying about whether or not your teammate is going to try and avoid a big moment in a basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a great point with avoiding the big moment. Ben Simmons, multiple times in his career, but multiple times most glaringly in this series, has shied considerably away from the big moment. He refuses. He's so mentally checked out. Do you notice how mentally checked out, how bad the body language is on some of these guys here tonight for Philly?
Yeah.
Have you been recognizing that? Like some of these guys are so frustrated that they've even gone to 7 that they've only almost mentally taken themselves out of this. And Ben Simmons took himself out mentally in game 3 and on. He hasn't been mentally there since game 3.
I don't envy being a modern NBA player because they gave technology like this to fans. So there's like us and there's other people doing the same thing we are. There's podcasts, there's Twitter, whatever. The meme machine never stops on the NBA. And it's always like when things are rolling and things are good, it's all positivity. But the moment that things go bad, it just, spins out of control. It spirals in a bad direction. And it's not got to be fun to open up your cell phone or hear from family or friends or whatever, the millions of people that are clowning you for not doing something or whatever. It's not like Ben Simmons isn't trying. It's that like when you do try, the whole world shits on you. Oh, wow.
You're right.
He just got right.
Oh, my God. And he just got bodied to the floor. Interesting stat just came up on the screen. And this goes back to Doc Rivers might be the most overrated coach in the NBA. He has now coached the most game 7s in NBA history. This is his 15th game. And he is 6-8 overall. He has a chance to fall to 6-9 coaching in game 7s. I think he gets a lot, maybe definitely too much credit for that Celtics championship run. Embiid with a knockdown jumper, 3-point game. Tony, it seems like you're rooting for the Sixers. I can't tell who you're rooting for.
I'm rooting for great basketball. I'm rooting
there
for
we
great
go.
Players
just like me, Tony. I love you. There we go.
And when I see Embiid get a shot in a spot where he can take it and make it, that's what I want. I was clapping for John Collins and his hustle under the hoop earlier. Like I'm a big fan of John Collins in his ability, and I think he can be a very effective player on a very good basketball team because of his ability to shoot, rebound. He can defend a little bit. Like there's a lot of young players in this game that I like, and I'm excited to see them have their moment. Like that's what I love watching most about sports is just watching people do something that I wish that I could do and see them shine in that moment.
Absolutely. Bogey off from 3. Guys, if you're in the chat, please share this out. Let us know what you think. Tony Tucker, Nick Mac Daddy Mac here for you. Sorry. Whoa. Had a little stutter there. Joel Embiid ties the game up with a 3, 10.5 minutes left, tied at 76. I'm going to be here by myself, apparently. It's funny. I was the one asking for a break. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a
You're never
tie
by
game.
yourself, Nick.
I'm never by myself. Look, Joe Morley's got me.
We can catch up on these, but if you need to go off, go ahead and go off. But I'll catch up on these.
I need a couple minutes here, folks. I will be back for the finish.
Hawks have nothing to lose. The 76ers do. Exactly. Yes.
Everybody, let us know what you think of Nick, Mac, Daddy Mac, and Tony Tucker together. Justin chiming in. Joe Morley here with us. We're killing it tonight. We kill it every game 6 and 7. Elimination games. We are there. I will be right back.
Yeah, he'll be right back. I'll catch up on some of these comments. I'm sorry. Guys. He's scared to get fouled. Yes. He is Albert. Let's see where this just in was on there earlier. Yeah, he's a good coach. I don't know. Is Doc Rivers really coaching bad teams? Because every team that he leaves seems to get better, right? I hope so. It'd be cool if we blew up like we did last night. What's going on, guys? Albert, what's going on? Albert Marquin, I think we saw you last night. Well, you were in here last night. If you were in here last night, say what's up. They should have traded Simmons for Harden. Yes, they should have. They should have made that trade, right? They should have made that trade. They got scared. I think everybody was believing in Simmons just a little bit. They gave him one more year. He came out and sucked it up. I give the big three and Tom Tibbs the credit for the Celtics chips. 85-79 probably won't happen. Nope, probably won't happen.
I give Justin just full of hot takes on this one.
Justin said he was going to drop a hot take. He dropped a hot take.
He's dropped a couple. He did. And I can't wait for that conversation to bear itself out. It's going to take many years, but hopefully Justin and I will stay in contact and we can revisit all these conversations at another time.
Let's get into that Doc Rivers conversation. A lot of people were asking about that in the chat. Is it just is he just coaching bad teams, or is he not a good coach?
Oh no, I don't think I think he underachieved with the Celtics. If you look at the roster he had and he only gets one title, like granted he ran into the Lakers there, but that's underachieving in my book. If you can have Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG on the latter halves of the latter portions of their prime, essentially, I think he underachieved there. I think he underachieved with the Clippers last year too. Like at some point you have to, even if you don't have the right sort of quote unquote leader, that's always the knock on the Clippers, is that Kawhi's not vocal and PG's not really that kind of a leader. And Pat Bev might not have the ability to be able to rally the team like that. Then as the coach, you need to be that guy. You need to go full Gene Hackman and Hoosiers or whatever it's going to take to get your team, because they shouldn't have lost to the Nuggets last year. I know the Nuggets didn't have Jamal Murray, but the Suns didn't even play around with them in that series. They whooped them. The Clippers should have been able to get past them last year.
That's right, Jay. Let's go Hawks. I mean, Doc put Golden State to Game 7.
Wait. Is he saying that Doc would have put those Golden State teams in a Game 7? Which Game 7? I don't know. I don't fully get that comment. But we get 10-25, Joe, in another great Game 7 shaping up. It's not quite as crisp as last night, but I mean, when you have a game where you get, you get the Slim Reaper, you get Kevin Durant on one side, and then you get Chris Middleton on the other in the fourth quarter, smooth as silk.
Yeah, we can run through some of these stats if you want to. Tobias Harris has 17 points right now, 9 rebounds, sorry. Joel Embiid has 25 points, 10 rebounds for him. Ben Simmons still has 4 points, but he has 8 rebounds, 12 assists. So I don't know if you're liking that from him. Curry has 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist.
I do like that. And I haven't watched this game as closely as I've watched the other ones because I've been in and out and doing stuff in the background. But I would say that, I want to watch and see Ben Simmons' effectiveness on defense, because I really haven't seen it enough. And maybe he's had a bigger impact on defense. You combine that with assisting and rebounding. That's good. But
Phil's asking if the Clippers went to the distance with Golden State at one point with Doc Rivers.
I think they went to Game 6. That was a Game 6, and that was pretty much where most Golden State Warrior fans would say that they kind of fell asleep at the wheel. Like they were already playing. Because I think they then rattled off 14 wins in a row or 12 wins in a row or something that one year.
HQ wants the Hawks need to attack the lane more. 1-7 in the fourth quarter. What's going on, Hawks? Would you rather get 100 points or 50 assists?
Ooh, that's a good question. Me personally, I would probably rather get the 50 assists. For
50
me,
assists? Well,
yeah.
that means your team's scoring, right? That means your team's putting up points.
Also, too, you think that you get more points for shining with the 100 points, but Wilt's also done that and got a more famous photo. You'd be the first person with a 50 assist photo as opposed to, so you get to be in rarefied air. So it may seem like I'm being unselfish. I just want the thing that nobody else has done.
How would that photo look, though? How would that photo look?
How would that photo look? I don't know. If we could,
are you just going to hold a piece of paper up that said 50 and they're going to be like, he assisted it 50 times?
I don't know. Maybe I just take a roll of dimes and I just make it rain, Joe. I'll figure it out.
Oh, I like it. That'd be that would be raining. That'd be hailing, right? Because you throw dimes up in the air, that's going to hurt.
Make it a non-fungible token. It'll be one of those.
Devin career high is a joke.
Devin. Oh, when he got 70? I don't remember that. I don't remember that game. I do know that it happened, but I don't remember the game. I'd have to go back and watch the 70-point game.
See, the Atlanta Hawks, not one player is performing outstanding today. They're all about on the same page. Trey Young still is unbelievable. He's made 3 shots today. 3 shots. Two 2-pointers and 1 3-pointer.
Oh. But that's the thing. When you get to these kind of games too, is and that it's win or go home and you want it so bad, you can really see guys to start to tighten up. And that's why I said I was so impressed by KD last night. With seconds on the clock in regulation, KD looked literally like he was just standing in line at the DMV. He looked almost annoyed. I gotta
HQ. Right when I was saying Trey Young, I saw him do that. But Trey Young is 2 for 17 from field goal range. 2 for 17. He's 1 for 8 and 3 points.
You can change it all in the final minutes. We saw Drew Holiday do that down the stretch last night. He was really hit some big shots for them. Chris Middleton did not play well. He hit some big shots down the stretch. So all you have to do, it doesn't matter how you get there, if you can take your team home at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I think that Trey has no fear of stepping into that 3, even if he's got a heel on the 7 and firing a game winner. Gallinari.
What's up?
If you guys are watching the stream right now, it's 8:77. The Philadelphia Sixers are leading by 1 point. Hawks had the lead at halftime. The last 2 teams have had the lead at halftime have lost. It's game 7. Win or take your ass on home. The 76ers are leading right now. I'm rooting for I think all 3 of us are rooting for the Hawks. That's not looking good at the moment, but it's only 1 point. It's only
Hawks.
Point.
It's kind of interesting.
The Hawks are 1 for 7 from the field in this quarter so far. 0 for 8. Sorry.
Interesting. It's 76ers or Atlanta 77, 78. There was a chronological thing happening I was trying to point out, but then I just saw a huge bucket underneath the basket and got distracted from what I was trying to say. And now we got some push, and Trey Young needs to be careful. I believe he got a technical early in the first game.
Yeah, Ben Simmons is trying to get tough and chippy with everybody over here because he's not doing anything else on the court.
Yeah, but Tobias Harris said, give me the damn ball and get out of the way.
I don't know how they called that a foul.
Get angry, Tobias.
I'm sorry.
If
that's
you guys
not
are
a
watching,
foul. That's not
wherever
a
you
foul.
guys are watching. If you guys are watching on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, hop in. The chat is free. We'll have a good conversation. We'll be talking to HQ and a couple of you guys in Fell all day.
4-point game.
Trae is throwing bricks at the backboard.
Dude, Trae looks horrible. Trae looks
or at the
absolutely
defender's
terrible.
hand.
It's amazing that this is only a 4-point game with Trae Young going 2 of 18 from the field.
And we were talking about Trey Young earning a lot of people's respect in the playoffs. And then game 7 comes and he's just like taking Father's Day. So he's doing what a father does in the restroom for like 30 minutes, right?
I still think that respect will stay there.
Yeah, I don't think one bad game, even though it is a game 7, will ruin it, especially because they're not supposed to be here. Like that's sort of the mentality when you talk to most NBA fans is like, what are they even doing in a game 7? It's more of a deficiency by the Sixers than it is everything they've done. But this is kind of looking a little.
He's off again. 2 of 19 from the field for Trae. Atlanta still. Thibault for 3 off the mark. Kevin Huerter with a big rebound. Atlanta needs to buy a bucket this half here, this quarter. Gallinari, huge 3.
And they just bought a Gallinari. They bought a gallon of buckets, right?
They did buy a Gallinari in the offseason, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's had a big second half. That's at least 7 points in the second half that I've seen.
They're not going to let Seth Curry beat him from the beyond the arc. They might.
Can the 76ers win
Yes.
with the 76% right now in this game? They're 76% in this game.
Welcome to my favorite Curry. Finally, denting.
According to ESPN.
Oh, Trey Young gets a jumper to go finally. Maybe that will put something on it. 3 of 20 from the field, guys. He is shooting 15% from the field. Embiid wide open for 3, off the mark. I cannot believe this is a 2-point game with Trey Young shooting 3 of 20 from the field.
Yeah, like you said with your others comment, they've showed up and they've kept the game close and they're continuing.
Here he is again, Kevin Huerter, folks. Ties the game, 5:50 to go, 84-84.
Game of his life. I told you, or I put that meme up earlier with Kevin Huerter and the jersey swap with Dwayne Wade or whatever. I was like, I don't know if this is real or not, but he's definitely trying to have his flash moment.
Kevin Huerter putting the team on his back like an old school Dwayne Wade in a game 7.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe when I go there, but he's trying to have his flash moment right here.
How can you not love the NBA playoffs this year? I see a lot of people complaining, put an asterisk on it, injuries this, injuries that. These guys are playing hobbled. This is some of the best basketball we've ever seen. For Christ's sakes, Kevin Huerter is carrying the Atlanta Hawks right now. Come on. You got guys like Devin Booker and CP3 and Aiden showing up and showing out. The Clippers coming back in a game 6 at home to go to their first ever Western Conference Finals. The Bucks taking down the Nets. What more do you want?
No, I agree. I love it. I have been enthralled by everything except for the Lakers, right? Like I really have enjoyed all the good basketball that we've seen.
I'm with you.
I'm a Mavericks players. That Mavericks Clippers series in the first round, like I wish that that Luka could have got it home, and I think if he had a little more help, he definitely would have. I love that comment by Felke there. The basketball gods love Trae. They definitely seem to.
Trae's having a similar game to Drew Holiday.
He is.
He is. I just can't believe.
Yeah, I saw that.
I just cannot believe that we're sitting here, 5:45 to go, or what is it, 5:49 to go in a game 7 between Philly and Atlanta, and it's tied. Like I can't believe Philly has allowed themselves to get to this point. And Simmons is completely mentally out of this game and out of Philadelphia, in my opinion. Win or lose, Ben Simmons is gone after this season in Philadelphia. I've finally come to that realization. I don't think they keep him around anymore.
If magically the Sixers could pull it together and win, I think there's a slim chance of them trying to run it back. But if anything else, I think if they get past this and they can get him right mentally and he can contribute and be aggressive on the offensive end, it scores and buckets, it raises his trade value. I put in the comments earlier about the CJ or Ben Simmons. Like, I was watching that first series, Nuggets Blazers, and I was like, oh shit, what's going on with CJ McCollum in this series? And if they're trying to move him to get help, he went down. But then you watch this series with Ben Simmons. You're the Sixers, and you're going to teams saying, here's what you're going to get from Ben Simmons. They're like, no, we just watched it. You're not getting that from Ben Simmons. You're not getting the 20-point a game score because we care about.
You're not even getting 5 points. He's out here with 2 points tonight.
I'm saying if you're trying to sell him on his regular season success, it's tough to do that because everybody trying to trade for him is going to say, oh, we just saw what he did in the biggest moments where he was afraid of the line. He was afraid to shoot in the fourth quarter because of that. You know, people coining things like when you coin something like Hack a Shaq, you think Shaq cares about that? No. Because Shaq knows if I get you down in the post, if I get Vlade Divac on my back, I'm going to be wearing him like a jersey.
Shaq is the most dominant player we've ever seen.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't get into Shaq's head like that because Shaq knows that he has a go-to. You can get into Ben Simmons' head, apparently.
Is Ben Simmons turning into a poor man's Draymond? Is that what we're seeing? He's got 4 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists.
But I mean, at least Draymond can talk trash, and he's like
5.5 minutes, folks. Tie game, Game 7, Eastern Conference semis. Winner plays the Bucks. Atlanta with the ball. Trae Young having a terrible shooting night. Kevin Huerter bailing him out. Tony, sorry to interrupt, but we got to let the people know what we're doing. Trae Young is cooking now. He's 4 of 21.
But that's back-to-back, right? He hit that little jumper from the elbow. Sometimes his shooter just needs to go through the hoop.
86-84 Hawks with under 5 to go.
When you're a young man and you're on a slump, sometimes you just need to get a number when you leave the club. And that's what Trae Young just needed to get a number. He got it. And now the numbers are going to start falling.
Oh, and now Seth Curry missed his jumper. Hawks back with the ball. The Hawks doing what needs to be done right now. 4.5 minutes. Approaching 4.5 minutes to go. Hawks up by 2. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. He put Thibault on skates, though. Ben Simmons being aggressive and does not attack the hoop whatsoever.
That was good defense by Capella right there. He did
great defense
on Embiid, but Embiid showing why he is this generation Shaquille
O'Neal. Tie game. Embiid with a shot from just above the foul line. 29 points, 10 rebounds for Embiid. 4 minutes to go here. Tie ball game. Game 7, Eastern Conference semis, Hawks, Sixers. Let's go, folks. Share this out. We're going to be giving you all the reactions. Huerter on the drive. Kevin Huerter is cooking.
What?
Kevin Huerter is cooking.
Kevin Huerter looks like he's an extra from Stranger Things. And he's just out here getting buckets right now, Mac. Are you kidding me?
He's in It Chapter 4, my friend.
Dude.
Ben Simmons. What are you passing that ball for, Ben? He had a wide open layup and didn't finish. He decided to pass the ball wide open under the hoop, and he passed the ball.
He beats him.
This. He put Gallinari in a spin cycle, wide open layup, and passes it.
Ouch.
You have got to be kidding me. He is so mentally just checked out from anything offensive besides giving the ball up to his teammates. He's so scared. And Thibault misses the first free throw. He won't even take an open layup, Tony.
I know, and this is what I talked about in the prediction. At this moment right now, I would be putting Maxey in the game.
They're a totally different team with Maxey on the court. What are they doing? Season's on the line, and you're
Doc
still
Rivers.
running.
It's that Doc Rivers special. Doc Rivers is so overrated. The man cannot make adjustments mid-game. You saw, remember the famous quote before the season? Ty Lue gets the job with the Clippers, and Doc Rivers says, hey, Ty Lue was sitting right next to me. It won't be any different. Well, guess what, Doc? He's in the conference finals because he knows how to make adjustments mid-game. He's not in a game 7 with the Hawks. He's in the conference finals already.
Yeah, and you're still running Ben Simmons out there.
And you're still like, this guy won't even take open layups. Ty Lue is a better coach than Doc Rivers. I said it right here, right now.
Oh, I don't know if that's a hot take. Is that a hot take?
It wasn't until I don't think it was as clear as it was until this season. But
yeah, I think he definitely would have gotten a lot more pushback before the year started. But I mean, when you look at it, it's because it's a weird thing that we discredit guys who win because they win with LeBron James. Frank Vogel was a good coach before he got LeBron James. He just ran into LeBron James in the East. So it's like Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. Like, I've always been a fan of Eric Spoelstra as a coach and his ability to make adjustments. And the Heat actually didn't fall as far off as the Cleveland teams did when LeBron left. So it's
everybody share this out right now. I'm sorry. Sorry, Tony. I didn't realize you were still going. That's my bad. No. I got distracted. I got distracted, my friend.
Excitement we got
dude,
in the fourth quarter.
I'm so excited. I just want everybody to get excited with me. I can't keep my mouth shut. Tell me to shut up.
Let it riff, Mac.
We got 3.5 minutes left. We got 3.5 minutes left. Atlanta up by 1 on the Sixers in a game 7. Unbelievable. Trae Young
trying to put on a show.
Up, and he's dribbling himself out of a possession here. With another lob to Capella over the back of Embiid. 3-point lead for the Hawks. 3 minutes left. You have got to be kidding me, Tony.
It's happening. When I was putting the video together for YouTube today, I was like, am I really gonna say the Hawks are gonna beat the Sixers on the road in a game 7? And I was just like, everything in my brain was telling me the Hawks are gonna win the game. Now, granted, there's 3 minutes left, and I still think like Joel Embiid is the best player in the game.
Floor. He's the best player on the floor. Yep.
But they got Trae Young on the other side and Kevin Huerter having the game of his life.
Oh, having the game of his life. Tony, what was it? The other guys, right? The other guys.
Yes.
God, I love it. I love it because if the Hawks pull this out, I will be 3 for 4 for my Western Conference finalists. 3 of 4. The Clippers shocked me getting past the Jazz like that, especially after Kawhi went down. But again, I'll say it. Ty Lue, Terrence Mann, Paul George, showing up and showing out. But anyway, we got
to blow up the 76 Sixers roster. If you could trade anybody,
dead.
Get rid of everybody and anybody. I don't care. Don't keep any of them. Get rid of all of them. Start a new damn process because this one didn't work.
I mean, if the Hawks pull this out, you're going to see an epic reaction from Mac Daddy here. Because how can you not fucking love NBA basketball? Please, somebody, especially this year, tell me, how can you not love NBA basketball? Somebody's going to get their first title. Somebody is getting their first title this year. And it's beautiful.
That's the thing I love the most, too. To be honest with you, is like,
oh my God. The Hawks playing the huge defense on Joel Embiid. 2:40 left. 3 minutes. Hawks up by 3 on the Sixers. Game 7. Win or get your ass home.
Am I the only one seeing?
Deep. Whoa! Oh my God! Trae Young.
The Sixers they've already dropped their heads. They're done. You can tell
Young hits one from the poke
in every one of them that they're done. And look, my guy fell. He just said that's game. That's
Tobias
game.
Harris doing everything he can to will the Sixers back. 4 points. 4-point game here. Tobias Harris with a 22 and 14 game, although he's shooting 7 of 21 from the field. Not his best performance, that's for sure. But Trae Young is starting to feel it again here, folks, and they're doubling him.
Yeah.
And now they're calling a timeout. They're going to double Trae Young. So Kevin Huerter, Gallinari, these guys are going to have to step up. You gotta wonder what happened to Bogdanovich. Is he hurt? Because he has not been on the floor this second half.
I was wondering that out loud earlier too when I was saying that I hadn't remembered seeing him in the game. But I really liked that move by Trae Young right there because in the past he may have tried to dribble out of that caused the turnover or ended up throwing up a wild shot. And in this moment, the final 2 minutes, when you have a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals and play a Milwaukee Bucks team that's also not proven that they can get to the finals, like there's a legit shot they could be this year's sort of surprise Miami Heat team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I picked the Hawks to win this series, I knew it was going to make, I knew I was going to get a lot of heat for it. People were going to be all over me for it.
I thought
you thought I was an idiot. You thought I was an idiot, right? I know. I remember. I'm talking to you, Tony, over here. But remember what I said was my explanation. I thought the Atlanta Hawks were one of the most complete teams, and their depth was going to be key. And it turns out that is exactly what is propelling them here in this Game 7, is a guy like Kevin Huerter stepping up and dropping 24 points. Is a guy like John Collins chiming in with 14 on a night that Trey Young is 5 of 23 from the field. They are up by 4 with 2 minutes left. That shows you the completion of their team.
Oh.
And
well, also, like, I just don't understand Ben Simmons still being on the floor right now. But let me get this out there too.
They're down to Hack-a-Simmons now.
They are.
Hack-a-Simmons, Ben Simmons will not be on the floor much longer because it's Hack-a-Simmons time.
From the Sixers, I have not seen enough desperation or desire, right? Like, there's the two things
no aggression.
You need to go. Oh, it's rough, people. Oh, it's rough.
Ben Simmons doing what Ben Simmons does off clank Simmons.
Come on,
off
Ben.
The back
you
of the
can
rim.
Do it, buddy. I'm
2 of 16 from the field today.
There it is.
2 of 16 from the field today. Oh, he hits one. You know, he's good to go 1 of 2, right?
Yes. But he's
good to go.
This is the end.
3-point game. Minute 4.
And Ben is still trash, and Joel is just throwing stuff.
Ben Simmons, though, he's pestering Trey Young right now. He's pestering Trey Young, throwing him off.
Trey Young's about to hit Ben Simmons with a happy Father's Day. That's what it looked like when those two. He's about to be like, here you go, catch this 3, take it home with you. Oh!
Wow, great defense.
It is. That's
Ben Simmons is trying to get tough with Trey Young, though. Ben Simmons is trying to get tough and trying to get aggressive. That's because he sucks. 2 of 17, 2 of 17 from the field, and the only thing you can provide is ruthless aggression. But we know you're not a freaking tough guy. You're about as tough as John Cena on WWE, Mr. Ruthless Aggression. Kevin Huerter, Trey Young from deep. Oh, off the mark. But a turnover on Atlanta.
Offensive foul. I didn't see it.
Minute 29 left. Hawks up by 3.
Even McMillan's like, what?
No, not really.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm the excitement and energy tonight. All right? Look at my eyes.
HQ's is way behind on, I guess he's saying. HQ, I'm right with you. I can't. I'm already getting spoilers.
You got that quick cable up in Canada, baby. Tobias Harris makes it a 1-point game with 1:12 to go. Big time bucket by Tobias Harris. We are at 1:06 here, ladies and gentlemen. Hawks by 1, Game 7, Eastern Conference semis. Win or go home. Foul. Seth Curry with the foul on Kevin Huerter on the perimeter.
Yeah, we have our scoreboard on here. We're going off of the NBA scoreboard, but
Screw the NBA scoreboard. This is Mac Daddy minutes, baby. Let's go. 1 minute left. I'm bringing the energy up, damn it.
You still have 93-92, right? 93-92.
Here's a question
with 1:01 left.
In the chat. With the way that Huerter's been playing, do you try to get him the shot, or do you trust, like, we have Trey Young, we're molding him as our superstar, the savior? Do you go with the guy who's had the hot hand all night, or do you try to get the ball to Trey Young? What would you do if you were the coach? Who would you draw the play up for? I'm going Huerter.
I'm going Huerter too, because they're probably expecting the ball to be in Trey Young's
this could be a flagrant too.
Oh my God, fouled on the 3-point attempt. Kevin Huerter fouled with 54 seconds left from 3. 3 foul shots coming up for Kevin Huerter. The 3 biggest foul shots of his life. He got smacked across the head. They might take a look at this.
I don't know how they don't.
They have to. I guess not. Let them play. First foul shot up and good. Hawks by 2, 54 seconds to go. Oh, you're going to see a volcanic eruption from Mac Daddy if the Hawks pull this off. This is going to be viral content, fellas, I'm telling you. Makes the second 3-point game with 54 seconds to go. I tell you what, let anybody shoot that's not named Seth Curry from 3. You can live with Embiid. You can live with Tobias. He hits all 3. Ice in his veins. Kevin Huerter puts the Hawks up by 4 with 54 seconds to go. Gentlemen, this is unbelievable. Kevin Huerter is having the same game. He is shooting the same exact percentage as Joel Embiid from the floor tonight. Just want to put that out there. They're both 10 of 18 from the floor.
I think I tweeted earlier that I thought that the Bucks were hoping the Sixers would win, right? Because one, maybe they're not as healthy. We don't know about Embiid. Simmons might be in his head, but the Hawks, like if you just continue to sort of play with this,
they don't go away.
Confidence.
Put the team on your back, Huerter.
Kevin Huerter's back is hurting right now. Kevin hurting. Call him Kevin hurting because his back is about to give out from all the carrying he's doing tonight.
Doc Rivers. It looks like they're drawing up a new play. Like you don't have this is game 7.
George Hill. Don't worry, George Hill's coming in the game, everybody.
George Hill's a dangerous man at the end of the game.
He always comes in and hits a clutch something. The floater, little baseline jumper, little top of the key 3. George Hill's good for it at the end of a game.
He's trying to have his Johnny Paxson moment right now. His Steve Kerr legacy builders. His Bruce Bowen from the corner.
Bruce Bowen, his Derek Fisher moment.
Yes, exactly. That one that gets him into the NBA highlight vault.
Big shot, George Hill.
I think that's been confirmed. Been confirmed.
Ben Simmons has dropped a lot. Embiid for 3.
Gallinari
with the poke and steal. Gallinari with the flush, and the Hawks are up 6 with 40 seconds left. Do never deny Mac Daddy again.
2 Chainz is turning it up right now.
We're gonna have the Hawks versus the Bucks.
Never doubt me.
Oh
God, I know what I'm doing.
They're just doing these cutaways to sad Sixer fans in the audience. It's like, oh, you guys been here before.
Bro,
remember
like the
Kawhi
process
ripped
is
your heart
dead.
out?
R.I.P. the process.
Joe, can we get some processed meat memes? Do those exist somewhere?
Process in peace.
They just got
rest in process. R.I.P. Rest in process.
How about
That's the new meme.
A little hindsight for Coach of the Year? Nate McMillan getting a couple of votes now?
Oh, dude. They were irrelevant before they fired Lloyd Pierce. Irrelevant. No one was talking about them. They were 14th in the East. No one was talking about them. God.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I love being right.
There's plenty of podcast footage of me out there saying, about midway through the season, before Lloyd Pierce gets fired, talking about, I told you guys, I told you the Hawks were no good. The Hawks aren't going anywhere. The Hawks are terrible. And now I picked him in a game 7.
Can we make a new one? One does not simply deny Mac Daddy anymore. Don't doubt me.
Oh. Shake. What is that?
Did he just make that?
What was that?
He made a shot from his ass.
I thought they were going to call it up and down. I was like, nobody came to help him. They all just watched him floating.
God, Trey Young headed to the foul line. Hawks up by 4 with 34 seconds left. It's hands down and up and down.
You can't.
They should take a look at that. That's a walk. That's a walk. They got it. Oh, and he's hurt. Shake Milton is hurt, holding his groin area.
He was trying to keep his feet off the ground.
Shake's Miltons are hurting right now.
Nick, how does this look to you?
Oh,
that looks like the Eastern Conference Finals to me. What did I say? What did I say?
I'm so happy for the Atlanta Hawks if they can pull this off.
Bro, this week of on Into the Crosshairs is going to be insane. Oh, all my haters. All my doubters. All my haters and doubters. And the Hawks up 5, 25 seconds left. Gallinari headed to the free throw line. RIP the process. It is all over. All over. I told you.
Phil's been here since the beginning. He said it's done. Phil, I told you I was ready for the Hawks.
Before the series started. Hawks Bucks Eastern Conference Finals.
Get rid of it. Get it off the screen. It
is over.
What it is. 76ers.
It's over. Joe, I want the whole world. I want the whole world to look into my eyes. Don't ever tell me I don't know what I'm talking about again. You hear me? Hawks Bucks Eastern Conference Finals. Done. Bucks Suns Finals. Book it. Period. Point blank. The end. Stop denying me. Give me my damn roses. It's over. RIP the process. That's it. Whew.
76ers find a way to choke.
Dude, Doc Rivers, 6-9 coaching in game 7s. 6-9 coaching in game 7s. Damn.
The 76ers are the Falcons of the NBA. Is that what they're saying? Guys.
Joe, I should get paid as a job. I should be doing this as a job now. This NBA analyst thing. 3 or 4
guys,
for
if
the
you like this
finals?
from Mac, if you like this from Mac, you need to check him out on Tuesday. Check him out on Tuesday because he's gonna go crazy about what's going on.
Tuesday's gonna be lit because everybody called me crazy. Shout out NBA TikTok. This is why I left. Y'all thought I was crazy.
And tomorrow, if you guys are liking the Warzone Sports Network, tomorrow we'll be live with our mock draft Monday. If you're getting ready for your fantasy football,
it's over. The process is over. Joel Embiid throwing water bottles. Pissed.
You have to be pissed. Everybody thought the 76ers had it this year. Everybody ruled the Hawks out before they even went to New York, except for you. I'll give you credit. But look at the Hawks now.
Put the camera on my face again. Ben Simmons has never been, is not, and will never be a championship point guard. Period. Point blank. Put that set in stone. Set in stone. You cannot build a championship team around Ben Simmons as your point guard. It is perfectly clear.
Fell said his dad was called the Milkshake Man. No one saw the Hawks versus Bucks.
Yeah, go back and check. I got receipts. I called Hawks Bucks Eastern Conference Finals.
It went from getting tears to throwing tears. I think I remember being on. I said I would like to see the Bucks versus the Suns in the NBA Finals, but I don't remember what it was, so I don't really have receipts. But I do have receipts on being with the Suns all season.
And the Atlanta Hawks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. How do you not love NBA basketball? This is what it's all about. The Atlanta Hawks are this year's Miami Heat.
Yeah, you have to love the story. It's the story that's behind each and every team. You gotta love it. Everybody always roots for the underdog. This game is over, guys. It's over. 103-96. Atlanta Hawks gonna go take on the Milwaukee Bucks. you guys can start telling me who's going to win that game. But this is it. This is your Eastern Conference Championship matchup right here. Milwaukee Bucks versus the Atlanta Hawks. One of these teams will move on to the NBA Finals and win that trophy, or possibly win that trophy. 5 of 23 for Trae. Hey, doesn't matter what you shot when you still get that W, right? That W is all that matters. Sorry to say it, but that's all that matters. Guys, this is the Warzone Sports Network. We covered Game 7 yesterday. We had a great time doing it. If you guys love what we're doing, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because we're here for you. We're the network of the fans. You're never going to see Mac Daddy or myself in a suit or tie, because that's not the way we roll.
Nope.
We are just like you, giving you opinions. We do the highs, we do the lows along with you guys. Tomorrow on the Warzone Sports Network, we have Mock Draft Monday for your fantasy football needs. Suns and Bucks Finals. HQ is jumping on board.
Jumping on the Suns Bucks bandwagon. Listen, like Joe said, catch me every Tuesday into the crosshairs. The best, and I'm not kidding, the best NBA show on YouTube here on the Warzone Sports Network. And then you got Sports Force with Brian Bolster and Joe Skirto every Wednesday. Then you got Inside the Cage with Talk Smack with Mac. You got Fantasy Football Boot Camp with Seven and Piggy. And you got more fantasy football coming from Jay the Plug. You got Friday Night Wars and Welcome to the Warzone with my guys, the co-founders of Warzone, Joe Morley and Mike on the mic. And plus much, much more. Subscribe. Smash that like button. It's off to the moon. We're going to the stratosphere, as Joe Morley would say. Warzone Sports Network, baby. Subscribe. Share it out. Let's go.
Yes. We are like the Atlanta Hawks. Everybody ruled us out, and we're coming right back. Atlanta Hawks, Milwaukee Bucks. I know you're saying you're taking the Bucks, right? You're taking the Bucks over the Hawks?
Yep, Bucks and 6.
Nothing that's going to change that?
Bucks and 6.
Funny how Atlanta beat Philly without Trae. Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then, so then we got the Clippers and the Suns. That game 1 was already over. Booker showed up. Booker showed that he's a superstar in this league. Maybe they get Chris Paul, maybe they don't, but it doesn't seem like they really need him. The Suns and the Clippers are over there. Mac Daddy is calling it. He's been calling it. He's saying Suns versus Bucks in the NBA Finals. We'll find out if there is any bigger games, any Game 7s, any elimination games. More than likely, we're going to be live, guys. If you guys aren't following us, hit that subscribe button, because the Warzone Sports Network is bringing you everything every day. We're almost live every single day.
Start paying attention. Start paying attention to Warzone. We're just on fire over here. Calling NBA picks, calling NFL picks. We're killing it over here.
Yep. Yes, sir. Any last parting words, Mac?
Nothing, man. I'm just,
To HQ and Phil and all the rest of you guys that were with us throughout the Let's Go Fighting Middletons. For the rest of you guys that were with us this whole time, I'm Joe Morley, and I'm signing out for the Warzone Sports Network. And we'll see you next time. Tune in tomorrow for the Mock Draft Monday. Guys, hell of a game 7. NBA basketball. Let's see, one more last comment for me. What NBA games do you guys stream? We stream all of the big games, all of the elimination games, or something that we think are big, or if we just have nothing going on, we'll hop. But it's been fun, guys. We're out of here. See you guys next time.
Warning.
Get ready to rumble. Step into the war zone. 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 Step into the war zone.